All right, here we are with Exalted, Princes of the Universe, Season 5, Episode 4. It's October 2016, and I'm Devin the GM, and to my left we have X playing Y,
Peter as the Royal,
Ian playing Longhorn Seawolf,
Kevin playing the Killer Queen,
Anthony playing the Wanderer,
and Nicole playing the Majestic.
All right, gang, so we're all back together after the last session where we only had 3 out of 5 of the party. So, who wants to give me a breakdown of what happened last session?
Got him flying mountain, except for the Killer Queen traded away the thing that made it fly.
For magic beans?
magical beans, yep.
Yeah. We went up, punched some gods around, well, the Nightman did, and we made rainbows.
You guys made rainbows and the Nightman made medical bills.
Yep.
They cut his 401. They slashed his 401k. He slashed their throats.
Oh man, what a badass.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you guys went to Mount Metagalapa, which we'll never have to say again because that fucking mountain's gone now, replaced with the Directional Titan deep within its core, the Eye of Judgment. You guys talked to the 4,000 people there and got them to leave. Then you blew up the mountain over top of it, revealing the Directional Titan underneath, the Doom Star. You guys then went inside, poked around, got into a fight with a Power Rangers villain, negotiated with Iron 7 Despair, sold the power core for the Titan, then the Titan fell out of the sky and crashed into the ground below, and that was it. That was pretty much it. That was it. It went well. It's good. It was a good hustle. Good hustle, team. So, we come back to the Wanmei Deliberative, 3 out of 5.
Hate that name.
Sitting in their sky ship full of refugees and sad bird people, with like a little collection of hawks underneath just hanging out. Looking at the giant Doom weapon that's just crashed into the landscape below, making a little crater that water's pooling around. It's staring up with its judging eye monocle laser destroyer. Birds and clouds have started to collect around it as it dominates the landscape. As if Odin were to have tripped and lost his eye one day.
Well, the best of the Eye of Otokadon. How couldn't he have tripped?
Like a giant stupid autochthon in his roly-poly body tripped and like sneezed at the same time his eye flew and he's like, oh no, I'm so sick. I'm full of pizza and donuts.
And we're gonna bring this guy back?
I love carbohydrates. Like him eating carbs with his giant machine mouth.
He like makes them with one hand and eats them with the other.
I make paste.
Oh. Anyway, so the Killer Queen may have given away the power core for the engine, which was some sort of wild singularity.
And something inside of the engine.
Well, the wild singularity. There was something inside of it that made the singularity work. You have the technical you can go inside the Eye of Judgment, or you can just look over the manuals you've brought back, and yeah, it works on the principle of capturing some sort of wild perpetual source, kind of like how Proto-Shinmeg vortices work, but on a much larger scale, which is confusing because it looks like this technology came first, and then they just got better at condensing it down into smaller and smaller packages. So yeah, apparently the Deliberative went out into the wild and found this thing and cultivated it, and then stuck it inside their Doom weapon to provide it with limitless power and materials.
Neat. Hopefully there's nothing in there that we're going to regret giving to our enemies.
I mean, is Iron 7 Despair really your enemy?
Yes. Yes, he is.
In what
He
capacity?
wants the world to end. And he seems to be more active about it than most other people.
The Machine King knows all.
Stop doing that, Devin.
Stop being Hitler.
No, we're not being sponsored. We can make any Hitler.
We can make any Hitler.
But because we can, as we do shoot.
Everybody's Hitler.
That would be written on all of your tombstones. Just because we can means we did.
Yeah.
That would be the motto of this circle. Along with our actions have no consequences as long as we scream loud enough.
Well, don't worry, Devin, you're not part of this circle.
Right?
Your
Oh
moral
my
conscience
God.
is clean.
Survivor's Guild. So, the three of you are on the bridge of The majestic benediction? Contemplating the universe and that giant crater full of doom weapon. Oh.
So, you guys want to put a tarp over this while we leave it alone? Because,
I think Majestic closed it up. Hopefully-
Yeah, you guys can get parts of it online to, put it into hibernation. Seal it up good.
Definitely want to do that. Don't want to come back and have another loser living in here.
Some homeless person just squatting in it.
And then we'll give him...
What, do you mean
Give him
the
a
Hawk
fucking
Rider
home.
god? I'm the master of this place.
Yeah, Mountain God left. She's like, whoop, I'm out of here.
I'm
is
the
she on
other
the
god.
ship with us?
No, she hurried home to her
Ah.
sanctum that she has to move its entrance to wherever you guys set up her new empire.
I'm thinking about the other god. The Hawk
Oh, that
Rider
other guy
god.
goes nowhere.
Yeah, but he could try squatting.
Not with what Nightman did to him.
Good, lesson learned.
Like, that god's gonna need assistance squatting for the rest of its existence.
Jesus.
Here, sit on the pillow.
Alrighty, so...
So I guess the next item on the agenda you wanted to check was the shard location?
Yes, definitely want to check out why the mirror shard had pointed out this area on the map. Could be important, could be dangerous, could be nothing. Probably not nothing.
So do you have some idea of how to put this back online? Do you have some way of repairing this?
It's
Replace it?
easy, I just have to do it.
Okay. So, I guess
We're contacting, we should call
the rest.
Traveler and that group before they leave.
Alright, on your little display. Oh, hello.
So, while you're in the wild,
Alright.
we need you, and the people with you, to bring something back for us.
Oh, that sounded like the original plan, Majestic.
Something
No.
more.
You're going to the wild?
Something
Bring
else
Stuff?
as well.
An extra thing?
Sorry, why were we getting them to go to the wild originally?
say on the
engine.
What?
Reality
Yeah.
engine to make the third elemental pole of Earth.
Yeah.
Because 2 is not enough.
It always comes in threes.
Yeah.
As you're talking to Kermit, there's interference on your ship. Like, a lot of your little prognosticators are blipping that things are going to be coming in range soon. Like a swarm of
Oh.
things.
I was like, what's wrong with my ship? Did the birds shit everywhere?
Oh,
Well, that too.
did the people from Tushipal or something?
Oh, what was the name of the village again?
Tushipal.
It was butt bunnies.
Tushipal. That's the literal name of the village kingdom that lives on top of the flying mountain. I didn't make it up. I didn't make it up, Anthony. It's called Tushipal.
Butt
You're making
bunnies.
that up.
No,
Check them out.
it is its
Wait.
given Christian name.
No. So we were sending them to the wild to pick up that reality engine?
A bunch of reality engines,
Like a
as many as they could find, like stitched together into new Gethmane project
Ah.
to blow up into an elemental pole.
Okay, great, but then there's also that one that we wanted.
The living sun that worships itself.
Yes.
Anyway, your radar is picking up more and more things flying in closer.
Why didn't we bring me those?
A couple thousand of
You
things.
I guess we
tell
should-
him quickly what you want.
Yeah.
The reactor that worships the sun. I guess that's what
Who okay, what is that? What is that? Who is with you? Does the
Rose
Wanderer
Black.
know?
Rose
Wait,
Black was
why
there.
does he need to know?
That was
He's
in
here.
curses.
And the Vermilion
The
Legion.
Wanderer's not there. Oh wait, yes
Yeah.
he is, sorry. Just because
No, it's the Wanderer.
just because Anthony's sitting here doesn't mean the Wanderer's sitting here.
No.
Why?
he's,
Alright,
he's,
I'll,
he's like, wait, what? Shoots him thinking it's
I'll
the
go ask the
Wanderer.
Wanderer and the Traveler what they think. I mean, the Seawolf what they think. Everyone gets a laugh.
Too burn.
Secretly, there's 2 of us.
They all like puff up like beta fish when they get too close.
God damn it.
So he
Yeah.
I guess shields up.
Yeah.
it's a buzzing sound, a sound of a million wings beating and gears spinning together.
Is that the machine gun?
Let's just shoot it with our lasers.
How about we hail it?
What if it's friendly? That'd be a really
So
bad
a
idea.
cloud of 1,000 machine birds and machine eyeballs and machine
Fun enough.
gears spinning together blots out the sky below your ship, not above your radiance. And a giant one rises up with like 1,000 seraph wings made out of steel and aluminum, and starts screaming at your ship as loud as it can. Loud enough that clouds blow away.
Is this
Fucking
Vanilla?
Yeah, it's Vanillith, the
Okay.
Shogun of Artificial
I'm
Flight.
glad I
Oh.
didn't shoot him.
Oh my
That
god.
would have been
He'd be like, it was my fault!
I'm very intimidated.
Next
Also,
time, call us.
Yeah, I like how he like
I fell into a
flew
doorknob.
under us and not.
More like the god of
There's
Mount
like
Olive
barges
birds.
the size of whales in the swarm as well that are flying alongside with like machine wing people piloting them. He's brought a fleet.
Awesome.
He flies up to the bridge of your ship, screaming at the windows.
I'll like go off into that little like talking
Shh.
thing.
All right, he's really goddamn loud. It is offensively loud. He's deafening. He'll basically kind of just try to quiet it down. Lawgivers! It is I, the Shogun of Artificial Flight, patron god of all who defy the earthly bonds of gravity through sorcerous invention.
That's us.
We met previously.
We sure did.
Twice.
Why are we not BFFs with this guy?
We are.
He wasn't like this when I last met him. That's interesting.
He was all touched in the head.
Yeah.
Touched in the head.
Recent feelings have returned to my perfect divine form and pointed me towards this direction. I see below you have unearthed a majesty, a marvel, a majestic vision of the first age.
Sure did. As an excellent descriptor.
Why is the ground desecrating its form? Why has Gaia decided to lasciviously caress this icon of the deliberative?
I love you.
Shall we slay her flesh from creation?
Well, the funny thing was, the first deliberative took pride that the area class citadels never touched the ground even when they were made.
Never, no material ever involved in their construction ever touched the ground.
That's
Yeah.
really tragic.
That shit happens. Come on, guys.
Get over it, pussies.
The Machine King.
The
Took
Eye of
its
Seven
engine.
Despair.
You hear clicking in the swarm.
Then I'll say this. I have 7 to spare.
What is your plan with it?
I'm going to build a new one.
How will you build a new one when this area has touched nothing but cruel wood and the meat wings of failed birds?
We're getting something from the wild.
Where in the wild?
I'll
So the south.
yes.
Okay. He starts flying into the ship, into the directional titan.
This is where I live now.
Okay.
If you were looking inside, he goes into the control room and just starts slamming gears into it and starts spinning really fast until there's a small metal sun happening with his eye in the middle of it and starts rising up slowly.
So metal.
Awesome.
He's gonna tow you guys.
That's awesome.
Good.
But yeah, if Vanillith's gonna do one thing, it's not gonna let the last fucking directional titan
Die?
die.
No, there's still one in.
That's Shockwave. That doesn't
Basically
count.
dead.
I mean, it kind of counts.
She's basically infested it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well,
It's infested with alchemicals.
that
That's
seems
the
to be
best kind of
goose.
infestation.
that seems to be a good power source, and we do have one big alchemical laying around. You could plug him in as a power source.
No, Shockwave acted as a subsidiary one to the actual stuff on board. You
Now
would
just-
definitely want to repair the engine, else the thing's going to be crippled its whole life.
Now go down there and craft Vanillith permanently in there, and you're solid. I mean, you did it to one bay. What's the difference?
Turn Vanillith into a directional titan.
Yeah. No,
So the
just an
Titan's
engine.
has raised up as artificial flight is Vanillith's domain, and he's using all of his charms to give it power, but it's not powered. He's just
It's
picking it
floating.
up.
Mhm.
He has the engines going. And he just kind of points it to Wan Mei and starts flying it.
All right. So, are there any other directional titans?
Nope, this is the last one.
Okay. Because like
Until we make new ones.
we had 2 hanging out by our place,
Yes.
and like now we just grabbed the last one, and the realm's gonna be like, really?
Unless there's one in the center. This
The
is last
two
one.
the two ones you had hanging out at your place were infested with alchemicals and infested with demons.
Yeah.
And this is a festival of gods, so
No, this one's perfect. It's sterile and fine. Vance is just going to tow it. You guys are going to fix it, and this will be something that will give him all the power in the world.
Yeah.
should we
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
you to tow it to Denensor? Because that's what your workshop is, basically?
Probably for the best. Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
all my workshop stuff is, right?
I mean, yes, that is where all your workshops are. Yes.
Yeah. Sounds like a
I mean, you can bring it to the south, and then like you could be like, gaze upon the work of the solars, because the ship is flying, right? Like the Eye of Judgment's flying, but it's not flying the way the engines you think it would. It's like spinning as it flies, and like it's off kilter. It looks like it's an eyeball rolling around in an invisible socket, judging and staring at things
Nobody
in the
will
sky.
know. Nobody
Seriously,
will.
Clouds.
craft him in there.
We won't need the ones to have the engine.
Vanillus is a little loopy. He's gotten crazier now that you guys have gotten him drunk with power over the years, building all these flying machines of doom.
Well,
As long as he
this
doesn't
year's
get-
domain's coming back, so he's more...
He stares at the cloud, and some of the minor weapons shoot it down.
You can shoot down a cloud.
Yeah, the cloud dragons on it are dead now, and it crashes.
Oh shit! Note to self: punch a cloud to death.
Little flash.
Good
We
job,
good?
buddy.
We good? Yeah, little flechette weapons.
And once again, nothing I've done has ever negatively affected us.
Okay.
Stop me now, Yushan! Stop me now!
And I think they're a little bit.
Oh, poor Siberius. What have you done, guys?
Shut up and do my bidding.
Oh, shall we
Alright.
drop all these refugees off?
Yes,
Well, we can let
I
the...
thought you were just gonna let them live in one May.
exactly.
Yes, they're refugees.
Yeah.
They're
gonna take refuge.
off in like the middle of nowhere.
No, we're dropping them off.
This
in one
just sounds
day.
good. Just tip the ship and dump them all out.
That's what I thought you were gonna do.
Don't even
It's like it
slow
turns upside down and opens the cargo hold.
Don't even slow down. Just as you're passing over, just drop
This
them.
looks good! Pull a lever, ejects them.
Where's your miracle of flights now?
Hey, guys, remember that nice tranquil mountain you have? Have some, place that's basically on fire now.
Have the opposite of that. A big hole in the ground.
A crater's gonna be a holy site now.
Awesome.
Yeah, probably.
We should
The
make it
time-
into a lake.
The time it is being made into a lake.
Awesome.
The time a part of the sky fell.
The time this, connection...
The time that the Solar Deliberative attacked Gaia with their war machine and popped her one in the mouth. You used a sack of oranges and it didn't leave a bruise.
That'll teach her.
That'll teach you for giving us a place to exist.
How dare she?
How dare she?
How dare she? Anyway, so the Directional Titan, because you guys have... I just remember the other night, you guys have friends with Vanillus. He would totally come and give you guys a hand.
He's just like, oh shit.
He has really good timing.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys started fucking with him and he was like, what?
They found what?
My Billy's back!
Boing.
Plus, there was that huge fireworks show when all the weapons were going off in every direction. You're welcome, by the way.
Every time.
He's gonna live in this thing.
See, I told you this.
He's
is
gonna
my
drag his
version.
sanctum here. He has like a floating workshop in the north. He left and had a string tied around one of his gears, and it pulled out the support structure, and the whole thing fell into the
He's
ice.
like, I'm not gonna need this garbage.
This is
anymore."
garbage.
Well,
All his mortal servants in there that we're learning from. Oh no!
Oh,
Fuck
come
you.
on. Why?
You should have learned how to fly.
Yeah.
Broken a flight.
It's like, he's like a bird. He was just like, okay, out of the nest.
Out of the nest.
I'm sure some of them survived.
I'm never coming back.
Would they be in his sanctum, though? So technically...
The sanctum fell because it was half real, half not real.
enters the sanctum.
No, the sanctum's half real. His is special.
Why would he?
Well, it was special.
Remember that one guy who has like a helicopter grafted to his spine forever?
Oh, that guy's there. He's fine.
Wasn't it like
Yeah,
wings?
he's a helicopter.
He's cold. He has a good chill in his bones right now. A good cold.
Okay.
That is gonna come.
Okay.
So we drop off all these refugees in Wamei.
The majestic benediction. Warp drives in above Wanmei, shocking everyone as the Sun Chariot barge shows up.
Wait, it has a warp drive now?
I mean, it's fast.
Oh, okay.
It's not that fast, but yes.
Yeah.
Fast. It's faster than that, which is on the horizon because the world's flat.
So, should we be worried about that? I'm gonna go ahead
No,
and
it's
not
cool.
be worried about that.
We've even got like a welcoming committee specifically assigned to bring people into the city, so...
Yeah, you're landing and docking at one of the towers, and the tower opens up. There's carpets thrown out, and people are throwing, orchid flowers everywhere for you guys to walk on. The Countess is sidling along. Yeah, she's hanging out. Everyone comes to meet you guys, returning heroes.
Yeah.
The Traveler's over there, looking like your previous Eclipse cast. And he has like scythe. He's holding like scythes in his hands, like mantis arms. And he's like,
Those look familiar. What the
like he
fuck?
has normal hands, and then like under his cloak, scythe talons come out, and he's like, whoa.
Like, are they?
Stop cutting all the drapes.
Part of him, or is he just like holding them as a toy to make?
They're
fun
coming
of
out from
him?
under his clothes.
Okay.
I feel like I missed a lot in those 2 weeks I was gone.
Unfortunate things happened.
Are you in mourning?
He sold the mantis to Traveler for Traveler's assistance in the wild.
Hello, Killer Queen. Like a mantis head comes out from under his cloak and starts like clicking at you.
So you
Jesus Christ.
just ate him.
Good to see you again. The
You-
little mantis head says with his voice.
You too.
And then crawls back under.
Yeah, that's
Bye,
about right.
She-Wolf. I love you.
Love you too, Mantis.
I love
I like
you.
the Traveler.
You let me
Not
down.
a bad guy.
Now that he's part mantis.
He knows you intimately. He was
Yeah.
inside of you.
So,
I never disagreed with him. Really.
so would you like to become a part of him now?
Eh,
Full
maybe if all
circle.
else fails.
He'll always be a part of you.
Come
Yeah.
full circle, Seawolf.
If all else fails, I'm just gonna join the Traveler.
He gets like flashes of like his previous lives, and like every single one, he gets like eaten from the inside out.
Oh, they are lunar mates.
His lunar mate is a praying.
This is the Traveler. His spirit animal is a praying mantis. Could you
Oh.
imagine? Imagine.
If that was his lunar mate. My
Oh,
God.
This would make so much sense.
Perfect.
Praying mantis totem.
All right.
That's almost canon. That's halfway to canon right now.
That is
I probably have to
Absolutely
sleep on it
is.
now.
Well, we'll just marry you two guys again.
I'd be totally okay with it.
Whoa, you can't be lunar mate, solar mate, married, and wand mate. That's not legal.
Everything's
This is a flyover direction.
What happens in 1 May?
So
Everyone
It's not
except
valid in the
East.
map location.
Alright, so you guys all gather in the magic meeting room.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Nightman's like, I'm gonna go decompress.
Like literally decompress.
His arms are still covered in gore. He just kind of sat there thinking about violence the whole trip. You know, like, yeah,
Gore and
I
bird
like
feathers.
killing dudes.
yeah.
Jeez.
Well, he hasn't had a lot of chances to be a fascist with you guys running around.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He said every opportunity in the world to be a fascist.
Not with the way you assholes run around, but now that you guys are kind of balancing out, doing actual stuff like taking care of, really rough gods and stuff, it's really easy for him to slip into secret police, 1984 Orwellian police state alchemical.
Why haven't we made him like our sheriff?
Right?
Oh my god, with a badge and everything.
We do need we probably will eventually need police. So
I mean, we have the
It's just kind of in their nature.
we have those
You're welcome.
golems that Majestic made. I assume they were our police.
Yeah, he had like his forearms covered in like gore and bird feathers and stuff, and he's like, I'm just gonna go decompress.
you do that.
Still need a rematch with that guy.
You say that every time.
Yes, I do.
During
Then
the
he-
Sun Invitational, maybe.
And just kind of get
If
the
he
Unconquered
makes
Sun
it.
to invite you to that match, and then get him to be invited, and then you guys can fight in front of the sun.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll come down to us?
No.
I mean, you can make it come down to him.
You can always stout like that. Round 1, fight.
Round 1, you can just make it happen. Just beat everyone in the way until you get to Nightman.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that's what I would do either way. So
Exactly. So how could you lose?
I can't. It's literally not in my nature.
Okay. So, I will just go into the Mirror Shell location. Is there anything else to discuss?
Well, I assume the taking of the mountain went well, judging by...
The scanner shows up and shows on the horizon a wrathful eye heading towards you guys.
Oh yes, we
about-
have 4,000 new citizens.
Oh, great.
Or I think I promised to build them a different city. Actually, I believe.
They're staying here
Oh, are they?
They saw one
for the
man.
time being.
They
Oh,
saw
yeah.
one
Well,
man,
you know,
they're
our
like,
temple
"Fuck
is
that,
big
I'll take
enough
This
that-
one,
Right.
I thought it was big enough that it's basically a mountain, so...
Yeah, there's like sub basements that still haven't been filled with people yet, like in the tower that are like 300 feet off the ground or whatever that they can live in.
Yeah, if they wanted to stay here, that's cool.
Like until you build them their mountain.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Do they still want me to build them their
Yes,
fucking
they want that
mountain?
mountain.
Okay.
Not right away because they just saw a bunch of shit.
Then they'll get drunk and they'll forget all about the mountain.
Are we just chopping, like, one May at its roots and putting it on top of this
No.
thing?
No, it won't work.
We're filling it with
One
people.
base too big.
Oh.
So we're just putting all our people on it.
Make this
So make
floating
them so they
mountain
are
thing
safe.
bigger.
It's gonna be destroyed still.
Why would they destroy one man if there's no people here?
Because
Just
it's
for
a source of our
spite.
government.
It's also
Yeah,
full of
like that.
treasure.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
more
but if it's full
efficient.
of treasure, blowing it up won't help.
So I take it.
Petty
Now-
vengeance.
Then we're gonna take all the treasure out of it and put it onto this.
Or we can just prevent this all from happening in the first
Yeah,
place. I thought this
exactly.
was just a backup plan in case it does get blown up.
That's
That was
valid.
everyone.
Well, we'll need some people to man the ship anyway, so...
Some few thousand people.
Yeah.
We're putting the people on the ship,
Okay.
so the people don't get blown up if one may blows up.
Yep.
Then
That's
we'll figure out how to save the physical city. The
Okay.
people's more important.
okay.
You went to the penitent before, didn't you? Justin?
Yeah.
That's where they worked out this whole
Oh yeah,
plan.
plus
Okay, so what's the status of the penitent now?
it's working so far. Also,
Overheating. They're working on it.
We're
When-
getting another elemental pull of earth.
when we
Wait,
also...
I thought we just got a new one.
We're getting another one.
How many do we need?
But also,
At least 3.
What?
when we build the engine,
Sounds
apparently
exciting.
that can help the penitent, so maybe it will be enough to...
Yeah, a fully functional directional titan can definitely add time onto your deadline.
Also piss off the realm. Like a
You
motherfucker.
bet.
Like they have 2 again. One of them was just destroyed.
Yeah. Not to mention
And the other
you
one's
have
alive.
a full of Earth, which
Yeah.
they don't have.
Shockwave
They
is
do.
gonna-
Oh wait, no.
They have 2 of them.
They have the
Damn
main
it.
one.
Well, now we have one ourselves too.
Shockwave is probably considering going into Cathonia as a directional titan and just policing the interior of his body.
You know what we
You
should
should
do?
not do that because
Build-
we're just gonna wake him up anyway.
You know what we should do?
She's not
Instead
aware
of
that you'll
building
succeed.
one extra pull of Earth, we should build 2 more. So we have 3 pulls of Earth.
Yeah,
so
let's
that we have
continue
one
fucking
more
up
than
to
them.
that.
Dude, no.
Just to be like, oh, you have 2 pulls of Earth? Well, we
You know
have
what?
3.
I'm looking into
And the
talking,
pull of fire.
talking with the elemental dragons, and I don't think they'll like any of this shit. So please don't.
Why don't we just destroy that new elemental pull of Earth in the north?
Yeah.
With
No,
what?
we need that
We
one.
want to do that, but that won't help us with our problem.
Yeah. We're going to build ours, destroy theirs, and then laugh at them.
I mean, why not just conquer the realm and keep these elemental poles of Earth, so not hurting anything ish.
That's true too.
Define ish.
Well, the elemental pole of Earth is conflicting with the elemental pole of Air, but it's also an elemental pole of Earth. It's maximum stability. So it's just slamming the wild back in that area, calcifying fair folk.
Yeah.
It's a big nightmare, and it's also sort of kind of metaphysically undoing the area around it because it's an elemental pole, and it has to be it's not something you can really approach without going deep into that direction. So it's almost like the elemental pole is basically a mountain that has taken. Imagine the north as clay. All right? And when you put the new elemental pole of Earth in, you grabbed a bunch of clay, and the clay goes down infinitely. And you start dragging it up and up and up and up, and it's a mountain that goes up to infinity where the elemental pole of Earth is. So it's an infinitely tall mountain now, kind of like Mount Meru, that the further up you go, the more earthy it becomes, and the more calcifying effects of stability and creation are hitting you. So if you have wild mutations, they'll start to seize up or just, freeze off of you, or you might just die and become a statue.
So I'm not going anywhere near there. Okay.
Don't go...
Your monkey tail that everyone forgets you have.
Your monkey tail! That your brother also has.
Oh,
That all my
Wait,
kids
really?
have.
yeah.
Wait,
She
all
has
your
a monkey
kids have
tail.
too?
All their kids have.
Even the
Are you saying or
alchemical?
something?
Yeah.
Is it a robot monkey tail?
No, the chemical's a person.
Oh.
Yeah, they just all have monkey tails.
Oh,
They just keep
something
them coiled
to be
around
a
their waist
monkey
like really elegant belts.
Like Saiyans.
Like
Yes.
Dragon Ball.
tail. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, your brother Punchmaster has a monkey
Is it like
tail.
your weakness? If I grab your tail, you just like freeze up.
You don't want to go down that road. You're not going to get the reaction you're thinking you're going to get.
Only Admiral Sand can do that.
Oh, yes, one there's
My God.
Strong tail.
Jesus Christ.
Only Admiral Sauron's allowed to do that.
I mean, not no. I have a feeling he has fewer limits than the rest of us.
Jesus Christ.
So,
So yeah, that elemental pole of Earth is a bit of a nightmare from a living in the area perspective. It's doing great things for creation.
That's good.
well, I wonder what the elemental dragons do.
Who
Yeah,
cares?
we don't care. Swan Dragon fucking loves us.
He's
So-
not.
He's
not,
not-
elemental.
He's
not.
an elemental dragon.
Yeah.
He's not.
Lesser
And this is
elemental.
important. This is important because this is what Peter's talking about. He's not the elemental dragon.
Oh, yeah. Still, who cares what the elemental dragons think? If they got a problem, they can come up and try and talk to us.
Well,
No,
fist
don't
fight.
tell them
Yeah.
that.
I don't think you want
Yeah.
them to come over.
The southern Fire Mountain range.
You know, the two of them are sleeping, and they're sleeping because they fucked up creation. They have been sleeping for thousands of years now.
That's good. So they can stay asleep. We'll give them a bit of NyQuil and it's all
The
good.
Earth Dragon's asleep, right?
The earth and fire are asleep.
Oh, coincidence. Look at that.
So everything's coming up. Sure.
So yeah, we're going to that mirror direction then? Is that our...
Yeah.
Who are you bringing with you?
Me?
Wait,
No, I mean,
No,
beyond the 5 of you.
now that you've got your mountain, are you going to build us our Soulbreaker orbs?
No!
Wait, what about Soulbreaker orbs?
Wow.
That I am now just hearing of for the first time?
Oh, they wanted me to build them for a Death Lord. And I told them I would so that they'd get me this mountain.
Okay.
And then I'm not going to.
But you're not going to.
No, and then we're just
Okay.
going
Next time
to
we should
steal
promise on
the
this.
thing that they wanted.
Yeah.
You lied.
Okay.
That's great.
You stay out of this!
Someone's rubbing off on you. So, what's your plan
Yeah.
for stealing it?
Talk to Cereals, figure it out.
Hey, speaking of talking to Siderials, what about hunting down Lothar? You know that guy that we had to kill? That
Yeah,
we had to kill?
They were actually
Then
checking
we
up on that
we
as well.
did have to kill them.
So,
It was, yeah.
They were checking up on that. In
okay.
the
So,
the-
how about we first check out the Mirror Shot location, and after that, we go try dealing with the Crown of Thunders. I was thinking that there's another Death Lord that lives next.
No Death Lords!
No, this is
Hear me out. Hear me out. There's another Death Lord living right next to the First and Forsaken Lion.
And we kill him.
His roomie.
I'm not sure what that relationship is, but
Okay.
Do you want to call
One's a
in?
girl. It's not gay.
When it's a
Whatever.
girl, it's
Call
not
what you
gay.
want.
yeah,
Are
Clad
you
in Darkness.
sure?
Let's call in.
I feel like that's
Clad in
labeling it.
darkness.
Yes, because I don't think we want to be talking about that relationship with the guys from the Lion, because that might be a bit iffy.
You don't want to call in the Killer Queen's dad? You know, who looks like Asgore, kind of.
Yes,
With the beard and
you know,
stuff.
we'll call in Killer Queen's dad.
a little bit
and
like
talk,
Ryan.
and talk about, hey, we're gonna steal from your master. Is that okay with you?
No, they don't normally care.
You know they talk to them, right? Like, that's their whole thing. Like, they act like
You
you're
really
their
think my
friend.
dad's going to betray us? Oh, I mean, that guy who may be my dad is going to betray us because...
Well,
Gotta be careful.
Wait,
That-
can't he say it? Not
That
him?
paternal figure.
Nobody can say it.
Don't do it.
I thought it was just if he was around to hear it.
Just don't do it. Do you want to fuck with this?
Yeah.
You're fucking with the Jenga tower here.
Deathy
So.
Jenga Tower.
All right, I'm gonna call in Clad Darkness. Let me pause it. It won't even work. So, the doors to the magic meeting room open, and a vampiric white-black mist seeps in as Clad in Darkness, 7 feet tall, an articulated soul steel full plate with royal purple lined through it and gold, strides in, large, heavy, pot-shaped shoulder pauldrons with spikes on them. Riveted plate and a helmet that makes him look kind of like a Witch King almost, with no face and only eye holes. Strides in. The center of his armor has a hearthstone from the underworld plugged into it, though on further inspection it looks very labyrinthian, like it might have been pulled from a mansion in Neverborn. An upgrade from the last time you've seen him. And the air just seeps with void papillity as the diplomat of the underworld. Your direct connection to the goings-on down there enters the room. Behind him is Void Within Without. He looks pretty good. He's still really twitchy, and he every once in a while is bleeding out of one of his ears because he's still sick. But he has a package wrapped in gold leaf with a bow on it.
ooh.
Lawgivers, Sun Champions. He makes those big grand gestures with his clawed mailed hand and his cape. The back of his cape, by the way, has the symbol of the Wanmei Deliberative on it, but all abyssal-like.
Huh.
Awesome.
It used to have the symbol of the Mask of Winters, like his sigil Mons, but that's not there anymore.
He gave that up in a
He's
hurry.
dead for now.
Awesome.
I'm glad to see you're well, Death Knight.
Ah, yes. There have been tumultuous changes in the world below. How can I facilitate relationships between our realms?
Well, we're thinking about paying visit to Princess Magnificent with lips of coral and coat of black feathers.
In the distance, you hear a cloud of rations cry out. Just not, those lizard crows
Oh,
when you say your name. Go on.
Thought we exterminated all those.
Could you give us some breakdown of what's the relationships there, what's she like, and so forth, so we could go in knowing more about the situation?
The Dark Princess. How coincidental. What a fortuitous turn of events.
Go on.
She was one of the 13, the fallen ghosts, the specter lords of the underworld, taken by the Neverborn. She sought to increase her influence in the east and set her sights upon refugees from an ongoing war. These refugees were led by 3 deities, and together these deities of dreams and stories and war wrote a tale into creation, a story of how Princess Magnificent's vital weakness, the only thing in all of the lands that could slay her, had been discovered by a mortal hero and was coming to slay her at Great Forks. And so she fled and never looked back, and was then punished by he who holds in thrall the thing below, and was made a servant to the first, for the first covets her and her power. And that is their relationship.
She's a servant?
Yes, it was quite unprecedented at the time.
So she would enjoy him dead. Or
I do
taking down
not
a peg.
trouble my fevered mind with the thoughts of what such as the 13 would want or hate.
So, other than that the first line covets her and her power, you don't know much else about what she's interested in, and so on?
She is barred from having servants or death knights such as ours, and of course has one, who has been moving her in secret, who has been moving her game pieces for the last few decades. And I feel the last piece has fallen into place. For in a series of events that no one could have interpreted, that Death Knight was defeated at Lookshy in the last coming year, and his panoply taken into their armory. So all of her resources have now been captured, and that Death Knight has gone missing. That is all I know, and that is all I can know of the Princess Magnificent.
So, I guess I can ask Void, how does the Abyssal Exaltation work? Does it stay in place? Does it come back?
I don't know. Sorry.
Okay.
This isn't really my show.
That's something we'd have to ask a Death Lord, I assume.
I would question if they had the answers to such questions. The Black Ascension is mercurial in nature, strange and shadowy, unseen in the world of man and the dead.
So
One
this Death Lord was in Lookshy?
No, Death Knight.
Yeah.
Abyssal Exalted. Her
Yeah.
Abyssal.
So this guy was in Lookshy and got defeated, and all his loot is in Lookshy.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess we can visit Luxor then. To have a bargaining tool with her for what we need.
What do you desire, lawgivers? There are echoes and whispers in the labyrinth of the Neverborn.
Well, there are some personal artifacts of a solar long dead in possession from what we heard in the Lion's treasury that we desire.
The gold-trimmed, black-mailed helm turns to look all of you behind its eyeless gaze, as if it's seeking, if you guys are going to keep this a guarded secret.
Should we tell him what we want?
What is it? The hat of bad weather? Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's wearing
There's a
symbol.
crown.
A crown.
Now he knows.
It's not like we don't tell anyone everything.
We also went
we
and met
literally
with-
billboard our plans. We're like, guys, this is plan A.
the newspaper clipping room behind us.
Yeah.
Your archaeological interest in the panoply of Sol Invictus has been quite fortuitous to the Lord of the Mask of Winter's domain. When Nexus fell, all of their troubled souls were plunged into his realm and spread across the land like an angry army. So it is only fitting that you have benefited my empire,
Wait, what?
that I give you a gift.
Well, thanks.
Though, as with all things, it does not come without a price tag. He clips his mailed hand together, and Void kind of just walks up and puts the package on the table. You pull the little ribbon.
Yep.
It's a crown.
Is it the cow?
Okay, so it's made of orichalcum, but the orichalcum never set, so it's still molten and giving off light like a miniature sun. The Dawncast symbol burning in the front and the other 4 on either side that kind of resonate with you guys as you look at it, kind of like looking directly in the sun burning you. By the way, since you guys exalted, looking into the sun doesn't hurt your eyes anymore. This does.
Huh.
As if you're looking on the naked radiance of the Unconquered himself. And then whenever you look at it, you just hear the sound. You all hear different things. The sound of battle, the sound of money, the sound of empires, the sound of hands shaking and deals being forged, and the sound of machines. The beating drums of war. One hand clapping? Bitch!
We're should make a character called the one from the clapping now.
Oh my god. It doesn't even touch the table. It actually hovers above it and is actually melting the table underneath.
Oh, this is an expensive
I'm
table.
assuming that's the crown.
If it's not the crown, it's a pretty cool crown.
Your outlines are burned into the walls behind you,
Well,
as if it torched your shadows.
Cool.
well, if this is the crown that we're looking for, what's the price?
I have been working towards a goal. One goal. Peace in our time.
Oh my god.
Well,
I like that.
I don't think you're the only one working on that goal. To go wrong.
And to this end, there are certain disreputable entities that must be properly managed. And I've worked towards this end for many years. There is a place above creation, a city fat on corruption and petty crimes, a city that thinks itself above the law of the sun and the lawgivers.
I've only been there once.
It is a city that I grew up in, so I know well the rot at its heart. And I have engineered a series of circumstances that will bring it down to earth and back in line with the natural order of things. And I only ask...
That we try to cool up.
No.
Get
no.
out!
All I ask, lawgivers, that if you will not help me with my final victory, is that you stay your hands and stay within the realms of creation and its alternate worlds, and look not upon the shining city as it falls on its own sword of its own corruption.
Let's see.
What if we could
No,
repair
what
the
city? Because
Look, Yushan.
Yushan.
Oh.
Heaven. He's talking about heaven. Come on.
Yeah, he's like both arms like out away from his body, almost like in kind of a peaceful look to him as he makes the offer.
What if the corruption could be fixed?
It can and it will.
Not like that.
Exactly like it. When it is done, you will find your enemies in Yushan left powerless and without structure. I have found
yes, but also
a rebellion sleeping
allies.
beneath the hidden city of Yushan. I have found entities that have been disenfranchised from the loom of fate itself and exalted to strike back at them. And in their quest for retribution and satisfaction, they have turned to people like me and others. And we are working towards a solution. There will be no more chance of heaven ever striking against the solar deliberative with another calibration feast incident. Nor will there be any more poking and prodding by agents of destiny, undoing your work behind the scenes.
What of our allies there?
Tell them to find a new job. Because the market in the Golden City is about to get tumultuous.
So, like, we only want the crown to do Yushan shit, and he's just gonna ruin Yushan?
Yeah.
What's the point?
and no offense to anybody in the room, but I'd rather have Heaven Exalted than Abyssal Exalted.
It's not about the Abyssal Exalted.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about something completely different, but my character wouldn't know that necessarily.
He wants to destroy Yushan.
Yeah.
No. He doesn't want to destroy Yushan.
He wants
He's
to kill.
taking out all the people who
Yeah.
are corrupt and stabbed him in the back that led to his eventual death.
Yeah.
We cannot.
Vader style.
We can never be okay with genocide people.
It's not genocide.
How many people
It's
is he killing?
the side.
It's a lot of deicide.
Yeah.
A lot of soul forging.
Deicide against the people who wronged him. And they're mostly people who we dislike anyway.
Well, the way he
so-
described it is like, "Hey, I'm going to fuck up with some reality engines and crash literal Yushan onto the blessed
No,
Lava."
that's taking it way too literally.
Okay.
That's way too literally.
Well-
He doesn't speak in literals.
So,
I do not wish to make the Golden City my domain. I have quite a lot of real estate in the underworld, as the Mask's realm has fallen to a new ruler.
Ooh, wait.
A ruler clad in darkness.
Aw, I'm so proud of you.
that's wonderful to hear.
Don't be such a dick like
Under
that.
his cloak, you can see stapled to his armor on a belt loop, a mask.
Wait, really?
Oh my.
So is the Masked Winter's like gone forever then?
May he rise in time, but not with the power he once had.
Oh my.
For it is in my purview to keep his domain running,
You let me know
but
you
allow
don't.
but allow no lessers to take it from.
Nice.
The Mask of Winter's inheritance will accept no inferiors.
So, okay, so let's break it down. He wants
Guess he's still
to
good with the one.
backstab some gods that have betrayed him in the past, and that's what he wants from us.
He is going to cause a race kerfuffle in Yushan between different exalt types and gods.
Okay.
It's going to leave Yushan in a very bad way for a very long time. But then, it's a bear dance. God damn it. But then afterwards, you guys can go in and do whatever you want. And you'll have the crown. You'll be the true heroes.
Yeah, we
It'll
can,
be a Batman
So
film.
this was ever revealed that we took part in tearing everything apart.
You didn't take part. He's only asking you, with an outstretched mailed hand, to stay your blades and your fury and look not to the Golden City as it goes through its cleansing.
I don't endorse
What about the
this.
Loom of Fate?
He doesn't want to destroy the Loom of Fate. He doesn't want to fuck up Yushan.
Are you
completely.
sure?
Well, how about we just...
I mean, Sidereals are the agents of the Loom of Fate. They protect it, and
I do not seek to exterminate the Heaven Chosen, simply to uproot their corrupt empire of decadence. Uproot it from its rotten core.
Well, I think we have...
The Loom... I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep you running, but the Loom has existed long before the Chosen, when it was run by the Maidens, and it will continue to exist afterwards.
Well, I think we have similar goals in mind. We might be working on this together even. Just want to make sure that the solution you're looking for is acceptable for everyone here.
Yeah. I think a deal can be made. We talked this.
I would not present this to you if it would end in a result that you would be abhorrent over in the long term. If it
Yes.
were, I would just not come to you at all.
That's fair.
Whoa, that's
Well, we do
brutally
have...
honest of you.
Okay, we do have a lot of allies in heaven, and we wouldn't want them to be inconvenienced directly by it.
this is going to inconvenience everyone.
Well,
We don't want them
by
to die
inconvenience,
by
I mean yes. We don't want them to be backstabbed,
We want-
so...
We want a little patch of heaven kept safe for our allies.
I mean, all of it's going to be your guys' after he's done with it.
yes, but we don't want our
Well,
allies dying in
like,
the middle of this
Don't
war.
kill our sidereal friends, don't kill the gods that are working for us, and so on, so on. Like, we have some...
In the
Us
long
service.
run, this would not have been possible without your direct intervention. He kind of just looks to the Wanderer.
Well,
He
yeah.
does. He makes a point of looking to the Wanderer when he says that.
I don't endorse this. Starting another, helping the war in Yushan?
Yeah, we wanted,
We want to end the war in Yushan because
Yeah.
the dicks are winning.
and we want to get rid of the dicks.
Yes. So, what are those chosen that you're talking about that are hidden in the hidden city?
They are outside of Destiny, but not in the way we are. They are a world unto themselves. And they've been working behind the scenes for quite some time. You may not have felt it, but their influence has touched each and every one of your destinies.
Well, okay with.
I'm okay with this.
Well,
Yeah.
again, we'd have to
As long as we can,
codify of like.
solidify it. I mean,
What
we're
we're
both
going to-
diplomats
It's
here.
literally us not doing anything.
yeah.
It's just ignoring the
Yeah,
situation.
but again,
But we want to ignore it in a way that's beneficial to us.
Have your allies keep their heads down.
Yeah, we can do that.
I will not divulge. I will not stain this meeting with the minutia.
Have them paint an X on their doors.
Mountain
Their
Ocean-
little bands.
But he just puts that hand out. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Majestic grabs it.
I'll put my hand in.
Put your hand in.
With my
Everyone put their
power.
hands in.
With my power
team.
as the diplomat.
I leave.
Oh,
And his
Kind
power-
Darkness
No, yeah,
sanctifies
I know.
it.
That's fine, but I'm saying between the two, you can double sanctify it. It's double
So
dipped.
he is going to do stuff to heaven. You guys are going to turn your back on it, and when it's done, there's going to be a heaven there for you to have fun in.
Yep.
I
And
had
it's
fun
the
with
I'm
deal.
just gonna little text message to Swan Dragon. Keep your head down.
He's like, what the fuck is that?
He's in the
I'm
south.
going to tell my grandkids and fuck up the future.
Let us know before you start anything so we know when to warn them. If we do it too
This
far
is
ahead
the
of time-
warning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he just leaves the Crown of Thunders there,
Yeah.
wraps the cloak around his armor.
I hope it's worth it.
I just
Revenge is always worth it.
text all of our
A
friends.
lesson
Wait,
learned.
pause.
A lesson learned from your circle, I believe.
What do you mean you grew up there?
Yeah, wait.
My father came from Yushan.
What do you mean by your father came? Who's your father? Who are you? What?
Actually, when he says my father and he catches himself, you hear that high-pitched screaming sound come through the room.
Oh yeah.
I guess that's.
Abyssals can't.
My
talk.
father, Lytek, the right hand of power.
Ooh,
And whining pitches
Oh,
up more
my.
and more.
that's quite the revelation.
Out of character, who's Lytek again?
The god of
Exaltation.
celestial
Oh,
exaltation.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Jesus. How did you end up the opposite?
Yushan is not a city for the young or for the vulnerable.
That's very
They really
interesting.
don't have daycares there, I checked.
Whoa!
Well, I mean, except for when Sidereals decide to kidnap one of your kids.
That's not really
And-
a daycare.
Oh, yeah, I
It's more of a
totally forgot about
They had the
kidnap.
nanny take care of it.
Yushan stole my family so many years ago, and so now I will put things right.
They do seem to do that. I mean, in all fairness.
Is the kid of Lytek? Do I know any like I know history, but like do I know anything about the story of him? Like was
Of
there ever,
Lytek
like,
or of Clad Darkness?
both?
Lytek having children isn't like a big history book thing.
Gods
have
children
kids,
all the
and gods
time.
Well, yeah, but I
forever.
thought maybe like a big thing happened to one of them.
They say that Lytek one day was really was full of sorrow, probably decades ago, and descended to creation to build a lighthouse on top of a mountain that was a citadel for the unconquered sun.
Okay.
You guys didn't even ask how the Wanderer was responsible for all this.
We
Wait,
figured
yeah,
he
good
was just
story.
drunk.
How am
What
I
do you mean by
responsible
that?
for all this?
He inferred that he was responsible.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just get it now. You're like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Before
Oh.
you walk away.
He turns around and flourishes his cape, revealing a second mask that seems to be damaged, also bolted to it. One's happy, one's
What
sad.
did you do to the Mask of Winter?
And, well, it was quite a story. You see, there is a city in the east, the first city. And in that first city,
What did I do?
Oh.
there was a predator.
Oh.
Oh.
And one day, full of corruption and suffering and mind controlled by a leech under the earth, a champion showed up and struck him down.
Yes, and that's the end of the story.
And then that champion, in a moment of diplomacy, gave the injured and mortally wounded predator
The
to
skull
his
I've been drinking from.
I never brought you a skull. I
You
only brought
had
you the
helmet.
helmet. Remember? I specifically only brought you a gourd-filled helmet that you immediately poured wine in
Okay.
without watching.
You know what?
Whose skull have I been drinking on frozen Adam?
Is this just some peasant?
See, guys, you should have asked the Sound of Shadow. He was also there.
And he gave it to his allies from the world below. And so his allies took that predator, this sun hunter, deep below the earth, and repaired his mind and soul, and purified him, and brought him above ground to expose him to the brightest lights of creation to help his enlightenment. And then they took him deeper below into the earth, and pulled his soul from his body, and sealed it away inside of a jewel, a crystal, a matrix. And that matrix was used in constructing a companion to the Ebon Zoanone.
What's that as well?
The Royal Soul Steel War Strider. There's a companion one identical to it. And that War Strider, who had a much less pragmatic name, it is simply called If Only You Would Ask, was given to a dark princess, who then gifted it, who stole it, and gifted it to her champion. And it was able to crawl inside. The war room, the treasure room, of the first Forsaken Lion, and steal from him his riches before returning to the surface and getting itself lost in Lookshy, where its riches that it had stolen and hid inside its frame were able to be delivered to a more fitting source.
Interesting.
You kept that secret for a really long time.
Yes,
Huh?
I
we're
did.
crappy.
Everyone's clappy.
Thank you.
So,
You did something sneaky.
I almost slipped up so many times, guys. You don't even know.
so does that mean you broke the deal with that god?
No, the god only wanted it out of there. It just
Yep.
wanted it to get out of its.
Read the fine print, Royal.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't around yet.
Well, read the history books.
Yeah, so they didn't turn him into an abyssal or something stupid. They just ripped out his soul and meat and turned him into the AI for the War Strider.
That's not better.
Well,
Gave it to Princess Magnificent, who didn't take it. She didn't take it when it was a gift. She later had her abyssal go in and steal it. But when he went to steal it, it had already been in the treasure room and had stolen a bunch of stuff because it's under the control of Clad and Darkness. And, looted and hid it inside its body, inside pockets. And then when the abyssal went to steal it and then went rampaging across creation, it got lost in Lookshy because it intentionally got itself fucked up. And then it gave all its stuff out to an abyssal that lives in Lookshy. Who brought it to Clad and Darkness.
so I guess the Warsaw is still in Lookshy, or has it also been nipped?
The If You Only Would Ask For It is in Lookshy still, divested of its riches.
We should go pick that up.
I'm pretty sure Lookshy wants it.
Pretty sure Lookshy has it right now.
Oh.
Well, the question is, can we use it all that much and so on? Probably could trade it for something eventually. When we need it. Okay.
So horrifying, though, that they took a solar soul and did that to him.
Yes.
But,
I had inspiration from the panoplyptic weapon of the first Forsaken Lion. It allowed us to have an agent inside his war room.
Since we're also talking about the Death Lords, I think we had some question about some of their nature. We've heard that at least one of them was a solar in their previous lives. Do you know of any other that might have been of similar origin?
Such secrets are for the Death Lords and who they choose to share it with. Such rumors have existed for centuries of their nature. But they are not... They do nothing to help you understand them. For humanity itself and past and history are merely a smokescreen above an empty, angry, consuming shell.
Okay.
This is all I know, and this is all I can know.
So, is there anything else? Or is that...
No, I've texted all our friends in Yushan.
Just sitting there like the last half of the meeting, like I am kind of curious if he's heard about Lothar, considering, he's kind of a wannabe devastator now.
There's a story of a sputtering light in the underworld. A golden sun, red with rage.
If
But
you
that's the
kill
one.
that's cool with us. It's fine.
No, tell me where it is so I can take care of it.
Oh, okay. I was just.
They
figuring-
say that there are hunters after it, tracking it. Agents of destiny. But such things are not within my domain.
Those would be the sidereal.
She's working hard.
Yeah.
Back. Very well. The contract is sealed.
Still not endorsing it.
And he gently levitates back on the cloud of miasma with his arms out, the doors shutting behind him in void.
I will never be okay with that.
It's always a neat way of seeing him.
Okay.
Void was looking healthier. That's nice.
Now, should I just steal the crown and
Wow, it's
I
just
poke
burning
it.
there on the table.
I
That
take
package
it.
is destroyed.
I poked it.
Wait. The dawn cast is in the symbol.
It really resonates with you. It's yours by birthright.
Yeah, I'm thinking
poke
if
it.
anybody should be
No.
wearing this
The
crown.
reason we want him to do it is because he wants to go and do boring
Because this is
paper.
politics.
You don't want him to have
This is
it.
politics.
No, I know I don't want him to have it, but I don't
Still
care
poke
because
it.
it's stupid. I want
But
it. I want it now that I've seen it because it's
But
really
it's
pretty.
practically got my
Because-
name on it.
No.
I start carving my
Isn't
name.
it like-
No.
Is it more Zenith than Dawncast?
No, it's for Queen Marilla. She was a Dawncast. She ran the
No.
Deliberative.
Okay.
The Deliberative was a democracy of 300
Okay.
solars, but 5 of these solars were more in charge than the other 295, and one of those 5 was more in charge.
Sounds familiar. But no, he wants to do boring paperwork in heaven, and people will respect his paperwork more if he wears that hat. That's literally what it is.
But it's so shiny.
No, I know. I want it.
Can we make shiny hats like this for all of us?
I can, but I don't. That's really cool.
That's fair.
It was made from the Unconquered Sun crafted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a sympathetic link to him.
Ooh.
Can we use it to call him for lunch? Like go
No.
for brunch with the Unconquered Sun?
Dude, anytime the Unconquered Sun in recorded history has put his gaze to creation, that part of creation caught fire.
Yeah.
Or in really weird ways,
Well,
you like go through the trouble like
how about
laying down a
Raffles?
picnic,
Nothing.
like the
those-
blanket,
Yeah.
putting up a picnic, and he just like
Just lying
looks. It's
there.
like
well, you have like a giant barbecue, and you're like, Unconquered Sun over here, and there's like a giant egg, and it just starts cooking.
that's like
Yeah, flash fried.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, every once in a while, if people worship him enough and draws attention enough, stuff like swords will rain from the sky, or volcanoes will detonate,
That's amazing.
or sandstorms will show up in like the north.
We should make a crown like this from the Ebon Dragon or something. That'd be cool.
People are
That would be
monsters.
cool to just eat us all.
Wow, wow, wow,
Yeah, no,
wow.
Can someone put the box over that or something?
The box exploded. The box is gone.
Just like put a blanket over it.
It's doing a strobe light effect, basically, like burning like your shadows as it moves on the back, like a shadow wall, like those shadow boxes. At,
Servants are gonna come in here later and be like, "Oh fuck! What did they do? The whole room is black."
you know, at Science World, you can go to that room where it takes a picture and your shadows like pictured on the back of the wall. You never been to Science World?
Well, since I was like 10.
I'm back again. I love
Yeah,
Science
I do
World.
too.
Great. You're right on this.
I know,
it's
right?
Like right
It's
there.
exactly there. It's right there. Anyway, wow, wow, wow. Unlimited power.
Okay. So that cuts down on a lot of. Not yet.
Not yet.
There's a nice moment for this. I have everything planned.
I smash it.
Into my
luck.
pocket you go.
Good luck.
If I drop my ice cream while you're having your moment, I will have tantrum.
Limit.
Just limit
I'm still
break.
limit 9.
So-
Nobody set me off.
Yeah.
Let us go.
That crown will not go into elsewhere, by the way.
Fine, isn't that normal?
It's
Normal
burning
pocket.
through your pocket. It's made of molten sun.
Put it on your head.
You don't have to put it
Yeah.
on your head, but you'll have to put it somewhere that's protected, like an orichalcum box or like an orichalcum display
Okay, where
case.
you
Fine,
go,
or
but you
shall
can't
come
stay
box.
here.
Close it and put the box in my pocket.
Tied to your belt because it's
The crown.
yeah. There you go. You don't have to put it on, but oh my god, watch out! That thing is dangerous.
So, I think we should check out
Can we
the
cook marshmallows
mirror
on it?
shard location. And after that, we've got a visit to Yushan.
Before all that, we should find Lothar.
No.
He's in the underworld. That's a pretty good clue.
The underworld is a mirror of creation. It's
Yeah.
enormous.
That's
Yeah, I'm
like
sure somebody knows something.
that's like saying he's on like the continent Asia. Yeah, that's great. Let's,
That's better than
let's
what
go
we knew.
find
That's a
him.
lot more than we knew yesterday.
And you know that Sidigas are on it, so just give them time.
But he could be
Actually, the
killing
underworld's
people.
bigger than that. That's like saying he's
In the
on-
underworld.
Well, it's still people. And we're friends with Abyssals, so they're friendly. It's a friendly faction, is what that is.
Yeah,
I know that we really don't care about allies, but goddamn.
They're busy.
Yeah, seriously, you were bringing up Great Forks for Princess Magnificent for the Crown, and I was literally bringing up Clad in Darkness this session, so it's great how that turned out. Are you still going to Great Forks?
No, we don't need
God
to.
damn it.
It's like, Again, I had a plan to like go to Great Fox, talk with the gods.
It's a solid plan, but because you've cultivated these allies, a lot of them are coming in to be like, okay, our plans are also in motion now, so we want to coordinate with you guys.
Yeah.
Because you guys are going to fuck up and tell your grandkids about this and mess up the timeline.
Well,
Oh my god, you guys probably have grandkids by now.
I don't.
probably.
Yeah, a lot of those kids have kids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right, like Serrano, probably.
Yeah.
He's the only one who's my blood.
Yeah. I was like writing up my high priest.
What does that even mean?
I mean, you have sex with people, right?
Do I?
Do they survive to tell the tale?
I
Are you
probably
like-
just work out instead.
Really? You just work out and think of the Star-Spangled Banner?
The
No.
Majestic literally doesn't.
I know.
Is the
I
Queen
know.
the only one that fucks?
I think the
I
Wanderer... I don't
You
know.
just think of the Star-Spangled Banner and
He has
film
had
and
sex though. He's had sex with Clad in Darkness. No, Clad in
Oh,
Darkness.
yeah,
Night of Curses.
yeah, that Abyssal
Oh, you
chick.
totally have a
and,
grandkid
like,
then.
a couple
Oh my
other,
god,
like, a couple
what?
other
She never even
people.
told me.
I mean,
Well-
why would she?
Call Night of Curses in, please.
Okay, mistake it for
The
chicken.
male one shows up.
Call the other Night of Curses in, please.
So
I thought you two were just joined at the hip.
maybe the Wanderers like Chuck Norris, that yeah, he does have sex, but nobody lives to tell the tale.
Oh my god.
No, I'd probably just go to the Killer Queens quadrant and go to the room marked the Wanderer and just like go in, close the
Sex with
door.
yourself.
Rubik's Cube in the center. It's like there.
What is that?
That'll
With
keep
the
you
the
strong.
Star-Spangled
No, I
Banner,
meant
I was
like-
making a Rocket's Red Glare reference. That's a line in it. Oh,
This.
oh.
This.
So literally, the only reason some of you have grandkids
That's like-
is because of Serrano.
No, but seriously, I want to
Or
meet
just,
this.
whichever
I
one.
want to meet this like Night of Curses baby.
Not gonna happen.
What? Stop kidnapping all my children, Devin!
She probably dropped it off somewhere. She's like, I'm not.
She
taking care
did,
of
and you
this.
guys got a hint about it like years ago.
Why didn't you drop it off with me? I say, throttling her.
You guys got told to go back to home.
What does that even mean?
She just dumped it in the desert. It's like, there, learn.
There you go.
Oh my god, he really is gonna be like me.
There you go, Ghost Blood half-cast. Head for it.
I'm still proud. Is he dead?
No.
Oh.
He's ghost-blooded.
He's probably feral. She dropped him
He's
off
not
in the
feral.
wild. He's living in the
There are
trees.
things in home.
He's like a little one. Oh my god, what if he found like the same town? It's like it's kind of rebuilt now, and now he's protecting
Nobody
it?
would live there. That's garbage.
Home with a little tomb and stuff inside of it and stuff. There's stuff there. I hinted at it seasons ago.
Yeah, I know. I've been wanting to track that location down or go back there,
You
but we
just never
can't-
do.
We can't. Well, let's go now. Let's go right now.
We're going to the mirror.
No, we got more important shit.
We
to
have
do.
time. We have a super
We're
fast ship.
going to that magic
It'll take
station.
5 minutes.
I've been trying
We
to...
never do anything I want to do.
Okay, Wanderer, let's go onto the ship. We're going
Are you
home,
just
and
gonna
then we're
live
driving
right here?
somewhere else.
Are
You
you
wouldn't know.
No, this will not work
Are
with the
you
Disneyland
mimicking?
vet thing again.
I was literally about to bring up Disneyland. It's like we're going for a special ride to Disneyland, and then you go to a nurse, and then you're heading basically to a nursing center. The only Mickey you're going to see is a man named Mickey shoving a tube up his dick, replacing his catheter.
Are you going to limit break over not being allowed to go home?
You don't even know that you have a secret son or secret grandson by now.
I literally just found out.
No,
You just put two things together. Wait! Sex means babies.
And also, you guys reminded me of home, and I still want to go back there. And you know,
well, we can do
No,
that when,
Wonder,
you know,
do
our
you want to go
town isn't
home
exploding.
right
our
now?
town is always exploding, Killer Queen.
Wonder, do you want to go there right now when you're on the verge of limit break So that might be your last trip home.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Limit Break isn't in character, Royal, so I don't know that.
You're on the edge.
All right, so now we zoom back from the Magic Meeting Room to the Exalt still in the Magic Meeting Room playing Exalted. Limit Break's an in-character thing. Royal.
Yes, it is.
Who designed these rules? Why do we have a thing called Limit Break? That's not realistic.
I don't want to.
Yeah, that's how we operate. Okay, you're dead. What?
A great curse caused by the Neverborn? What the fuck is this?
Who wrote
This is a bunch
this?
of bullshit. Who
We're
wrote
going to punch
this?
Neverborn. Why did you do this? Stop punching yourself. Stop cursing us.
What the hell's a Gatimian Exalt?
We're about to find out.
This sounds
I
like
think.
homebrew.
Wait. Can I just have... Okay, what did I call my mech again? Can I have TJ just fly there
Only
and
if you
just
call it
take
by its real name.
terrestrial... Wait, what did I name it?
Transient
What's
Justice.
its name, Kana?
Transient.
Transient Justice. Right, not
I
terrestrial.
mean, Kana has kids.
That's
Oh,
fucked.
really?
So I'm basically a grandma or grandpa.
Really?
I'm so
There
proud.
you
There you go.
My
Can I
moms
have him
have
go
kids?
there and just... If there's nobody living there, just take the whole tomb and just lift it out of the ground and bring
The
it back
look
to
on your
Ward May
face,
for me.
Devin.
When talking about the lung having kids, I mean, it's spawned.
So can't it spawn more lungs? Just little baby lungs?
Anyway, so what? You want to tell your war star to go look for home?
Yeah. Well, I know where it is vaguely, don't we?
DJ,
Like, by
find
now
home.
we know where it is.
Home
We've got the
found.
map. Sounds pretty mapped.
You
I
have
thought
like
we...
soldiers and people who go inside, and that way they wouldn't crush anything they found by accident.
The Iron Giant isn't going to crush them. All right, you go tell TJ, and he puts his hand to his head in a salute and takes off into the sun.
Just don't destroy anyone's homes if they're living there.
And he's gone.
And then he flies to Denensor, his home.
I'm home now.
Oh, I hate everybody. You guys are gonna give me a fucking brain aneurysm.
And Void's like, I have a solution for that. Fucking charms pouring out of his ear.
Takes out a knife. He's just
Lucky
like,
Get the fuck away from me. They're after me, Lucky Charms. Oh my god, and he's tiny, like a leprechaun.
Oh my
Like a
god.
little dead leprechaun. Let's get him a green hat, guys. He'll fucking love it. Majestic, you can whip one of those up in like 3 seconds flat. Doesn't even need to be magic.
They'll never get your lucky charms. He has the luck word bound. Guys might run Godbound.
Look out.
No, guy.
What? Scissors?
One moment. She's almost got it.
I don't know what they're called.
The little wheels are turning.
You can hear the hamster
I don't know
squeaking.
his name.
leprechauns, children.
Oh no.
400
Rabbit.
rabbits.
Rumpelstiltskin?
Analyth.
Beak?
A beak
The
head?
toucan, the
Plague
toucan
Doctor.
Sam.
Chicken six.
Sun Hill.
Pyramid
Oh,
head?
Pyramid Head.
Pyramid Head. That kind of exalt, because you can literally take
Liminals.
people's charms by cutting off their body parts.
You'll never get me lucky charms. And he's a liminal.
And no, it's a rabbit. It's a rabbit lunar, because then he can cut off his foot and put it, and that's where the charm is. It's amazing, Devin.
Oh no.
It's
My God.
amazing.
Okay. Next game.
Or an
What
exigent
are
of
those
luck.
called? What are those called?
A lunar?
No, the pyramid head ones.
Liminals.
Thank you.
We have a few.
Why not be an exigent of the god of luck, and exigents can take physical form, so his literal physical form of the exaltation are his lucky charms. And he has the luck word. And they're charms. You'll never get me lucky charms! And then the Tricks Rabbit shows up.
Man, I really hope there wasn't like a big computer system at home or something underneath there. He's gonna rip out all the wires.
It was connected to the mans. In case something broke, it was supposed to explode. Just like Nexus.
Priest of the temple at Syrinx. The great computers lie in their hallowed halls.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, there's a Syrinxian mainframe under home.
Oh.
No.
Is he gonna break it?
Oh. Your Royal War Strider flies off to go to your house.
It just
Another
goes like
my
one
house.
Circles
floor
back
I
up.
lived in a cave outside of town.
No, you didn't. You lived in town in other people's homes.
No, I didn't.
You did. That
No,
we've
I
established
lived in a
this.
cave.
No,
I
you didn't.
specifically lived in a cave.
No, you didn't.
I specifically
Did not.
I will open
Cave does not have grills. And he wants food.
I'm imagining like metal teeth grills.
Bear Grylls. Grylls.
Bear Grylls.
And he does the bear.
It's like Bear Grylls, the man, the survivor guy. He's wrapped around people's teeth, and Bear Grylls has grills in his teeth.
Made it
And
bears.
Made of bears.
Stop giving me fucking wilderness expertise.
The entire planet's on the cob.
Wild shaping.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So,
having a nervous breakdown.
you guys want to go for the Mirror Shard.
Yes.
So there are two locations about the Mirror Shard. Well, there's the Mirror Shard, and then there is the Zenmu Totem that Shockwave is looking at in the Dreaming Sea. So do you want to go to the Dreaming Sea or the map marker?
I think
We'll
the
go
map
to the
marker.
map marker. We try to go there for like 2-3 sessions now, bro.
So,
Okay. So what's our plan for this location? Are we trying to just see what's here? Are we trying to repair something if we find something?
We have no idea what's here. I just wanted to go there like by myself to go see what is here. But now we're all going, so that's fine. There might be danger.
Okay.
And then if there's a problem, I want to deal with it.
Okay, so mostly scouting mission. Because I'm not sure whether we want to be fixing something if it's like, say, a portal that's missing a shard that's precisely the...
Well, no, duh. That's why we're going there to figure out what's going on. We're not just gonna. I'm not gonna like set my action. I am going to repair whatever is there,
Oh,
and
okay.
I can't change my mind once I
No.
get there.
I just want
like,
to be sure that we're on the same page. So we're going there, figuring things out. If something is there we can deal with, but we don't want to open anything up if there's
yeah, no.
possibility. Okay,
I do not want to open up a portal to that place.
great. So let's go. Do we bring anyone, or is the 5 of us good enough?
it is in the east, the deep east. It is by a known... It is, I think, on top of a known Shadowland.
Huh.
We should bring someone
Is that where the
who's
other?
Shadowlandy.
Is that where the other Death Lord is?
It is. It is where the Feral Death Lord is.
Does he have any?
She.
She have any abyssals?
You have heard from the Killer Queen's Not Father that this thing that lives in the mound or that location has only one Death Lord. Has only one Death Knight. It is always a child. It is always of the area.
Okay. Well, we should go with a Death Lord at least.
Death Knight.
Or Death Knight. Sorry. I mean, we could go with the Death Lord, but I don't think it with us. So we should go with the Death Knight at the very least. Going into that type.
You gonna bring Void, or would that be just
Void seems
bad
kinda
for him?
tweaky. Like,
It's pretty tweaky.
On the other
Yeah.
hand, she does seem to like children.
She does seem to like children.
and Void's adorable when he's not bleeding out the ear. And
So,
losing his like.
the Mirror Shard is in this person's territory.
Yeah.
How big is her territory?
Vanishingly small, actually, as far as Shadowlands go. It's one specific
okay.
focused Shadowland.
Okay.
Yeah, we should.
Let's just go.
What abyssals do we know? We could take with us.
You know like 10 abyssals.
1,000.
Yeah, well, let's just grab the first one we see on our way walking out.
Let's see. We can take Queen's dad, quote unquote, because they're going
Anvil of the Night.
to the wild.
Yeah.
We could take the
Who's not busy?
You have, you know what? Here, I'll go through the list of what you guys are.
Clad in Darkness. Well,
Yeah.
I guess he might be
Okay,
busy.
there
He's
is
busy.
Night of Curtis.
from Anvil's Circle, the first and Forsaken Lion abyssals. There is the Dawncast, Grievous Requiem.
Awesome name.
Yeah. There's the Zenith, Voice of Apostate.
Awesome name.
There's the Twilight, Anvil of the Night.
Awesome.
There's the Eclipse, Fortress of Solitude. And then there's the Nightcast, Night of Curses.
So,
Why don't we?
I'm just going to
take
put this out here.
Yes.
Night of Curses.
Just take note of it.
Why?
Look on his face.
Why?
What was
Because
it?
Amped when he was running.
Oh, fucking savage, Nicole.
I didn't make half the names. When
You're
I
a
was
little
running.
Somalian pirate. You're such a savage.
Wow.
Like I used the book names when I was running.
That was
Wow.
crazy.
From
The look on your face as
Wow.
you realized what I was saying.
I don't
I'm just gonna go home after
Ian.
that one. That just hurt. Right
from
in the feels.
the Devastator's Circle, who serves the Mask of Winters, you have Clad in Darkness, the Topaz Lady, Void of and Without, and Night of Curses.
Actually, correction, who serve Clad in darkness, you mean?
I mean, the mask still talks to them.
Oh.
They still have his panoply power. He'll be back one day, but the Mask of Winter's domain will accept no inferior inheritors.
Think Clad in darkness will let me punch the mask out when he comes back?
Just for fun.
Who's got it coming? He taunted me quite a bit.
So what? Do we want to take some Eclipse cast to go there? I don't know. What do we want? What do we need?
We don't really need anything.
Well, we just need a Death Lord just in case. Death Knight, sorry. Just in case.
The Eclipse or Anvil Circle is Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah. Why
What's
not?
she like?
She deals with ghosts. She deals with the underworld directly, like the ghost empires,
There
and
you
meeting
go.
out the different Death Lords and stuff.
There you go.
Okay, she sounds like she knows what she's doing. It's interesting that she seems to be a social character where her name is Fortress of Solitude.
They reflect what they're like.
I'm still laughing at my own joke.
At hurting Ian?
That was savage. I didn't even make I didn't even make 90% or 10% of the names. I took 95% of the names out of the
We're not making fun of you, Ian. You're a survivor. You're a true dude.
Yeah,
You're a warrior.
No, it's
So,
it's cool.
what do both of you just...
Oh man,
It's cool. It's cool. I'll make it. I'm just gonna cry the whole way home. It's fine. It's fine. Go on the radio on the saddest channel I can find.
I mean, the Killer Queen could get you guys an escort. If you don't go for a Death Knight, you could always call in a favor to your new buddy, who just did you a solid.
Oh yeah, I guess I could get that alligator guy to, begrudgingly.
You have an alligator friend?
He's your buddy now?
What?
He's totally my friend after we set him on fire and flayed his skin from his bones.
That tends to not make friends.
let's just go.
Yeah.
You're like, hey,
Yeah,
we want an abyssal apparently. Come on, you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just drag
Just
the
put them
foot
all in a hat, shake it up, grab whichever one comes first.
and go. Yeah.
You get... Oh, that octopus lunar.
That's not
Damn
an
it.
abyssal.
Who put his name in the hat?
We're so proud of
Octopus
this.
Lunar, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
Yeah, you put your name in the goblet of fire!
He asked
Shaking it until his
calmly.
neck breaks.
Right?
Oh, Dumbledore. I love it.
We leave. We depart.
Alright, you leave without an abyssal.
No.
No, we picked the first one that we saw.
Nope.
It's fine. We don't need an abyssal. We've got
Do you want to take any other ally with you?
There's like 5 of us.
Alright.
There's like,
I think.
Then 5 of you there
and
shall
this is
be.
how the circle died.
I am pausing. Okay, gang. So, it is the 5 of you, and you are getting ready to take the Mirror Shard to that map location in the east. Now, you're not bringing anyone. How are you going there? What are you bringing?
Well, I guess we're bringing the fast ship.
Alright, so you're going on the Opulence of the Absolute?
Yeah.
Okay, so the 5 of you on your speedy ship heading to the east, the domain of another Death Lord. They're showing up a lot now.
Yeah.
The Death Lord season.
I guess, yeah, where everyone's just coming out of the woodworks. Alright, so I guess the last thing you guys do before you leave is go get the mirror from its, vault. Alright, where's the mirror kept?
On my person. Literally at all times. Like,
Yeah.
I know we should have learned
She had-
our lesson with that axe, I guess, but
Well,
I
you
don't
can,
trust it to be out of
Trigger.
my sight because someone might take it.
well, you can keep it in elsewhere, so it's not.
Don't put that in elsewhere.
Oh.
Don't put. There are a few small collection of things that you should not put in elsewhere,
The
and that
crown.
mirror shard is
The
one of
mirror.
them.
Do go on. What else?
Your
That's
crown,
the best thing
Okay.
I've ever seen.
That's it.
maybe a proto shin make vortice. Definitely don't put that in elsewhere. Don't want that to go in elsewhere. All right, so you guys get on the ship. You're gonna use the mirror shard as a map locator, basically.
We know where it's.
You know
pointed to.
generally, but then the mirror shard is your map. It's your compass.
Okay.
It's even jagged and has like a prominent tip. All right, so you bring it out of its case. You put it on the map area and try to make it do its thing.
Also, make sure that it's not just gonna like run out of the ship.
Bolt it down.
Yeah, and like
My ship!
I'm not too worried about the ship. I can fix that. I'm worried about what might happen if it goes into something.
Yeah.
Like,
I
we're
imagine
just
it-
talking about not wanting to unlock shit.
I imagine it flying out of the ship again, caught around some cables, and just starts dragging the ship sideways from the sky. The ship heating up from the friction. You're like, oh, my ship!
Well, it could be like, that scarab from Aladdin that just flies off and people chase it.
Like the animated series, The Scarab?
No, the movie. When Jafar takes a scarab, it comes to life and flies off to where the
Ah, yes.
cave
Save
is.
wonders.
The cave with that fucking lion,
Yeah.
sand lion. Alright, so the mirror's out. It's making that high-pitched, horrible, crushing sound you guys are all used to.
Used to.
Right? And that's the last thing you all remember as you're in a cave. The cave has walls made out of triangular material that has more than 2 dimensions to it. Like it folds in on itself and like tessellates out. Almost Autochthonian-like, but a little different. Something you've seen maybe and half-remembered memories of looking at the Nightman's skin or his bones. So, looking at my notes here, Seawolf, you've taken 10 damage. Killer Queen, you're missing 3 effort. Wanderer, your armor is gone and one of your hands is broken and you've taken 3 damage.
Wait, what happened?
Majestic, you're down 5 effort. Royal, your ship is crashed into the wall over there and is currently bleeding solar essence out. You're down 2 effort, and one of your artifacts looks cracked, the cannon, like its barrel's detonated, like you put it way too close to something.
I just like to point out that I've got my ring of being, and I should be immune to such meddling. But
To what meddling? Forgetting?
Yes.
Anyway,
Actually, my armor makes me immune to mind altering effects.
yeah, this isn't a mind-altering effect.
Oh,
You might want
shit.
to let me move on, guys. This has happened. It has happened. Also, where is your armor?
What do you mean?
Oh, it's over. I said your armor's missing
Oh,
because it's
yeah.
over there, crucified to the wall with its hands. Looks like it was throttling someone, and it looks like you had to bend the hands away. It's been crucified with a dire lance.
Someone want to explain this to me?
You are all holding your heads, and there's that pressure sound. You're in a mine shaft, it looks like. A straight vertical shaft made of this tessellating material that looks like it's folding in and out of reality all around you. Kind of like fish scales inverted into a column. Above you, as far as you can see, there is a black sun pulsing and raining down gravity. And far above that is a castle, or a palace, or a citadel that you're vaguely aware belongs to the Death Lord here, but half of it's currently blown open, like an apple that's been eaten by someone. And it's currently weeping out specters and Death Lord parts. In the middle of this room, there's a device. It is a large... its base is circular and has standing stones around it. The circular part of the base gives way to machine-like handles and arms made of the 5 magic materials and every different element in creation and the Autochthonian ones all wrapped together. It is holding up a mirror. The mirror is bigger than 3 people no matter which way you look at it, like from every direction. The mirror is shattered. There is a hole missing from it, and your mirror shard's in that part. It hasn't fixed itself. It looks like it's just trying to stay in, but it can't. There's a reflection in the mirror. The mirror's reflecting the area you're in. And there are people there, behind you. Dead-eyed, empty-socketed, pale people with those black essence purple Tron lines going through them. And they all have your cast symbol.
Mine?
Yeah. And there's like a billion of them. They're all speaking in unison, and it's really hard to hear what they're saying. All of your vision is like blurred out and scratched at the edge of your eyes. Looking at each other, because you can see each other's faces. You guys have some scarring around your faces and on your body, like you guys were in a fight.
This isn't the first time I've woken up with scars all over me.
Yeah, this is the
He's
first time.
speaking Northern tongue, and you guys can't understand it anymore. You just recognize what it is.
I don't even know that.
That makes me angry.
Can you hear me?
He's speaking East tongue.
Oh,
What
man.
am I speaking?
I think I had
South
it in-
tongue.
Oh.
High Holy Speech.
Of course. That's should have been a given, I guess.
Wait, why am I speaking Omar? It doesn't make any sense.
And the Killer Queen is speaking Old Realm, the language of demons, and the Primordials.
That also makes sense.
Nightman pulls himself out of the wreckage of the opulence of the Absolute,
What was Nightman doing here?
Relaxing.
holding on to the severed tendons of his shoulder where his arm used to be.
Okay, I'm gonna go try and help.
He looks dazed, and he is speaking West Tongue.
This is some Tower of Babel shit right here.
Yeah, that pressure's everywhere, and all those faces are pointing at you, Majestic, and chanting and talking.
What language are they speaking?
They're speaking a universal language you can all understand.
Ah,
What are they saying?
that's convenient.
They are saying the following on all language channels. This is not a dream. This is not a dream. Not a dream. We are using your exaltation signatures as a receiver. We are unable to transmit through real time to you. You are receiving this broadcast as a vision. This is not a dream. We are transmitting from Majestic Era 999. This is not a dream. You are receiving this broadcast in order to alter the events you are seeing. The mirror starts to shift and break away and reveal creation on fire. A black, putrid, maggoty fire that is rotting the land with... basically, empires you're not used to floating above the landscape, large solar tombs and machinery and flying cities, and it looks like a deliberative style first stage has risen up, and the land below is being destroyed. The mirror itself shifts and turns as you're looking at it, and in the sky there is another world, a large world, with a gash going across its belly, opening up into some sort of foundry mouth that has tongues with drills on them, drilling into the world below, draining of its resources. Our technology has not developed a transmitter strong enough to reach your conscious state of awareness. This is not a dream. You are seeing what is actually occurring for the purpose of a causality violation. This is not a dream. We are using your exaltation as a signature as a receiver. This is Majestic Era 999. This is not a dream.
Vision of darkness.
That looks a lot like how I would imagine the Great
Predator?
Maker when he turns bad.
Yeah.
Well, which version of that? The Engine of Extinction
bad
or the
version.
Predator?
I don't know what the Predator is, so Engine of Extinction.
It's hard to tell. You guys are all very woozy.
And also, we can't talk to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the figures, there's so many of them, and the room is Tesla enough that one is starting to take on an almost hologlyphic signature pattern and is still talking in that voice, and kind of breaks away from the script. We are only able to give answers in our records from Majestic Era -1. Any records left behind in Majestic Era -1, we will be able to receive an answer in this transmission. This transmission was built in response to records found in an area of Majestic Era -1, located at the seat of an ancient artifact. We are only able to answer questions found inscribed upon this tomb.
What's going on there? What's going on in Majestic Era 999?
This is not a dream. Not a dream. We are using your exaltation signature as a receiver.
Can I, is there dirt on the ground or whatever?
The walls are made of that shifting material.
I'm gonna lick my finger. Oh, that would evaporate after 999 years. I'm just gonna take a knife and kind of scratch
Your
it.
hands?
Oh, my hand.
Yeah,
I'll,
craftsman needs no tools.
What should I ask?
Stuff.
I guess
How do-
carve into the walls what happened in Majestic Era 999.
That seems really unspecific.
Ah.
How did this start?
What is that in the sky?
This is not a dream. Not a dream. We are using your exaltation signature as a receiver. We are unable to transmit through real time. You are receiving this broadcast as a vision. You're receiving this broadcast in order to alter the events you are currently seeing.
How can we stop this?
I'm gonna write on the ground. I'm gonna write on the walls. Nothing. It doesn't change anything.
It depends on what you're asking. If you're asking what the thing in the sky is, this entire message is telling you what the thing in the sky is by showing you it.
That's what it is. What happened to Gaia?
The perspective, basically, as it's talking, changes to show Gaia. Like, it's been leached of all life. There isn't even wild anymore. It's land as far as you can see. And in the distance, you can see broken and shattered representations of the elemental poles, including the one in the south and the north and the Blessed Isle. But the Blessed Isle has been cratered. And there are instead giant mega cities built on top of it. And it's just a big black hole in the ground that goes right down to oblivion.
Okay, they don't seem to understand. I'm not asking what the end result is. I'm asking what made it happen.
This vision is being made to cause a causality violation in Majestic Year 10. In Majestic Era 10. Events play out that cause the end of the Scarlet Empire and begins the proper age of the new Solar Deliberative. This is not a dream. These events will happen unless a causality violation is in effect.
I guess right. What happened to Autocaton?
Oh, by the way, when I write, is it in High Holy Speech? I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I would write in anyways,
Yeah.
but...
You guys are starting to be able to understand each other again, by the way.
Good. That would have made me incredibly angry.
There is a predator that is coming from the present and the past. It is coming to consume the deliberative empire. It'll be coming in Realm Era 999.
We don't have any words for that, man.
Define predator.
It's the
In
top.
Realm Era 999.
Majestic Era 999.
Majestic Era.
My mistake.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So at least that's further down in the future.
The weapon that crucified my armor, is there any distinct markings or just like a lance or whatever you said?
It's an Orchalcum lance.
Okay, nothing
We
special
don't
about it.
recognize that lance. Like it's not.
It's of
anyone
majestic
who knows
construction.
this.
We made this. We've made a lot of artifacts, though.
Yeah.
I could have also probably just like made it on the spot, so it doesn't help. It looks like the armor was doing stuff that you didn't want it to do.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I was making it. I was probably making it do stuff you didn't
And then
want
I
it to
just
do.
stopped it.
Yeah.
I just stopped it by force.
That's actually funny. It's like, oh, it was doing something that's really fucky, and I was like, oh wait, that's probably.
Oh wait, that's me.
That's probably.
You're receiving this broadcast as a vision. This is not a dream.
How do we stop it?
Harry
I
tried
think
that.
this conversation is supposed to stop it. So we just need to.
How did this start when we set off the caretaker?
What was it
That
saying?
explosion?
Uranos,
Uranus.
who did this to you?
Yeah.
They don't really have an answer for that because it's so far away.
Did the Great Maker come back?
Yeah, that's the Great Maker. That's what we're trying to
Its
stop. the
its
Great Maker
tongue
from
spears
becoming.
are tipped with that new ally, are just drilling into creation, draining manses and lifeblood from it, ripping up parts of the earth and putting it into its forges.
That's
Damn
I
you,
thought
Viator!
I thought he was gonna be a good guy.
Yeah, but so they don't know if Uranos is what caused this?
They don't know anything about that.
when did that show up?
999.
Realm Era 999.
Majestic.
Era.
Majestic Era 999.
Okay. What era are you guys?
Majestic Era 999.
Okay, so it just showed up today, I guess, for them.
Within the year.
Or within the year.
What does Nightman think of this? He's still.
He's like freaking out.
Fairly horrified. This is crazy. Because this is time travel, which doesn't happen.
Well,
That's probably what's
we did have
doing
time
on my,
communication.
my frequency. That makes sense.
Where do we go?
What happened to the one made deliberative? What happened to Majestic?
In Majestic Era 999, the solar deliberative falls. There is a predator hunting the world. The predator must be stopped. This is not a dream. This conversation, this vision is meant to facilitate a breach in causality to prevent the events seen here unfolding.
I guess we can just wake up a talkathon that might stop it. Well, waking up a talkathon, they don't know anything. They're stupid.
Our gods are dead. This is Majestic Era 999. This is the last day of the solar deliberative.
Who are your gods?
Just FYI, why is it the Majestic Era?
I
I mean, we can argue about this later, but
We'll need to
Just
fix
gonna-
that.
not the 1 May era.
Probably because he crafted the Goram calendars.
No, it's cool. I'm just. Then we
Can we
put that
not
on
do
the
this
back
now?
burner.
No, I think I.
So, what killed the gods?
The Predator has fucking Kevin looking up. No one.
Well, yeah, it could have been that, or it could have been the fucking plan that the guy just said he was doing to kill heaven, guys. So it's not unreasonable for me to think.
You know
so.
that thing that I was the only one who was against.
In the
once
before
again?
time, in Majestic Era, -10, there were cruel overlords of a sky kingdom. The gods slew them, wiped out their corrupt kingdom, and took power there. The sun and the moon were enslaved for their crimes against our gods and the Majestic Empire.
Oh no.
Our gods are now dead. They have been consumed by the Predator.
Okay, so where were the gods?
Okay.
I mean,
Oh,
was there
Clad.
any question?
I assume they're talking about actual
Wait,
gods.
who are you?
We are the remnants of the Wanmei of the Solar Deliberative. This is the last day of the Solar Deliberative.
Where did the Predator emerge from?
The Predator came from outside creation.
Where, specifically in creation, did it emerge from?
The Predator came from the sky. It came from, and it says it in a way that you all understand, elsewhere.
Yeah. I have a feeling this is,
The Predator emerged from the world forges of the Solar Deliberative. The Predator broke free of its shackles. The Predator stopped producing for the Solar Deliberative and instead became a tyrant engine.
Well, if we're gonna sit there poking the bullied kid, of course he's gonna freaking do another one of these.
How did the attack on Yushan, not attack on Yushan, cause this?
This is not a dream.
God damn it.
Not a dream.
Okay, I get it.
Our gods are dead. They rose up and slew the titans and the sky kingdoms of old and enslaved the sun and the moon to the Solar Deliberative's bidding, sealing them in prisons of their own ego and flesh.
So, like, that's not what we wanted to do.
But you know, you still got 10 years to change your mind.
Yeah.
Oh.
It sounds like we just need to wake up a Talkfon and be friendly to him instead of being assholes to him.
Is the start...
Also, maybe that heaven deal we made was a bad idea.
Is the start of
We need to
the...
go to the Viet of Null Space and kick his ass quickly.
Kill Lord Ku, maybe.
No! No! Specifically!
Well, you know, genocide, kind of his shtick.
What were you saying?
Is the like... How do I put this?
We are
Like, in relation to when Wanmei was created, is that like the beginning of the calendar? Kind of thing?
They don't give you an answer. Their
Okay.
history spans us
currently
millennia.
it is Majestic Era -10, a Majestic Year
it?
1.
Majestic Era -10 is what they referenced. Kind of close to what you guys are at.
Yeah, that
Oh, okay.
they can only pick up information from Majestic Era -10. What we're covering now. So in 10 years, we're supposed to destroy the Scarlet Empire and reinstate the Soul Deliberative.
That's good
And
news.
And also detonate the Blessed Isle into a hole that goes right to the underworld.
Exactly
Yeah, that's
what...
bad.
That sounds
They
like
did-
Shadowbreaker orbs. The exact
No,
thing
no,
I said
no.
not to do.
No, that sounds much,
That's
much more deadly.
that's what like
Shadow
Soul of Creation
Breaker nukes.
piercing in on itself. That's like original what Gefame was supposed to do. But yeah.
You guys have any more questions?
Like a million, but also
Not
nothing
unless
that...
this thing knows where like the Eye of the Talkfon is or something.
Oh yeah, where was Eye of the Cotton found? Where's the Eye of the Great Maker? Probably nothing.
They don't know that.
Worth a shot.
This is not a dream. Not a dream. We are using your exaltation signature as a receiver. We are unable to transmit through real time. You are receiving this broadcast as a vision. We are transmitting from Majestic Era 999. You are receiving this broadcast in order to alter the events you are seeing. Our technology has not developed a transmitter strong enough to reach your conscious state of awareness, but this is not a dream. You are seeing what is actually occurring for the purpose of a causality violation. This Prometheus device will not function after this transmission. This Prometheus device will not function after this transmission. This is not a dream. And the mirror just kind of breaks and falls to pieces.
Man,
Let me feel
our
this.
future servants are awesome.
Those are all Majestic clones.
Oh my.
You guys kept doing immortality stuff, and now it's just these black, eyeless, socketed, Majestic imprints that are like bred out by the Killer Queen and stuff that are just everywhere.
Oh my.
That have all, it's just an entire deliberative populated by people you guys have personally crafted.
That's really messed up, guys.
That's
This
totally
is
us,
not
though.
the world. etc.
I mean, you guys limit break an awful lot, so sometimes you guys go off the rails.
I'm gonna make a whole continent with me.
So it looks like we have to stop.
We have to stop the Viator of No Space.
Okay, that pressure stops and that mirror shard goes matte. Like the shield spin up just kind of crumbles into ash.
Gold eyes is what I'm trying to say.
Clad in darkness.
Clad in Darkness. Looks like we need to stop Clad in Darkness from whatever he's doing, and also wake up a Talkathon.
Why do we need to stop Clad in Darkness?
Because killing the Heaven was obviously the wrong answer.
Fucking called it.
I think that what we saw was what Arzak might have hinted at, or again, from the Viator of No Space
From
side.
the conversations you've heard, that is very much what the Predator of the Titans sounds like.
Yeah.
A hungry, angry machine that isn't weak anymore.
Yes, that's not the Engine of Extinction, that's the other version. And
then wait.
And we'll have to
The Predator was only formed if you reboot Talkathon.
The way the
Not
Viator
the-
wants to reboot it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we just get rid of the Viator,
Kill his fucking ass.
yeah, then that will stop everything. Kill the Viator and everyone who agrees with him, and problem solved.
Murder's the solution.
When all else fails, murder.
Okay,
Your ship just crashed from the wall it was stuck in.
I guess other than that, we have to treat Autocannon a bit better than whatever this was. Because if we ally with him and make friends with him, then maybe he won't want to pursue that version to free himself from the evil soul derivatives.
Yeah, we need to become besties with the top.
That was always my plan anyways. I like him.
There we
What
go.
we already wanted.
Okay, kill the Viator of Null Space. Make sure no one pisses off a Talkathon, and us become besties with
I
him.
mean, we wouldn't have to kill him if we just wake him up. Then the
Well,
Viator won't exist
But
anymore.
even if he
Well, the
wakes
Viator
up,
still exists.
he's still
The Viator is just made of his subconscious dreaming.
No, the Viator's an actual dude that exists.
Oh.
Yeah.
But a Talkathon would probably have him better in check.
Yeah, once he's
Nightman's here for some reason.
Where did you come from?
He's like looking for his arm.
His arm's missing again?
Yeah, it was blown off from the shoulder.
So that wasn't a vision.
There were powder burns on it.
What's your take on this?
I'm not even gonna build a fucking new one.
We're just gonna glow. No, why were you on the
They're
ship?
not even gonna build him a new one, did you just say?
What the fuck, man?
Well, I know we can get another one.
Well,
He just speaks about the fires. Like, the Viator's a machine god. He's basically a divine minister, or he's an offshoot of the divine minister. He's just looking around. Wake up a Talkathon, he can keep him in check. Or you can kill him.
Kill him, and
The
then
Wanderer
wake
can
up
kill him.
Talkathon.
I can kill
Or-
anyone.
Yeah, let's just wake up a Talkathon and kill him. Let's just do both. Then we, check off every little box.
Okay.
Instead of trying to get, just a passing grade so the world doesn't end. Let's get an exceptionally
Okay.
good grade. so the
another
world
part
doesn't end.
was us apparently enslaving the sun and the moon.
Well,
Yeah.
let's just not do that.
Let's agree not to do that, and let's
Yeah.
shake on this.
That sounds like the opposite of what we should do.
Yeah.
It sounds like something Clad in Darkness would orchestrate. On our behalf, while we stay our hand.
Well, that's not the worst thing. It's not great. Look.
And start prying.
The Predator is a much bigger threat currently than the fall of Yushan.
It's all a
It's also
threat.
super far away.
Yeah, but
It's part of it.
It's all
No.
pieces to this madness.
Yes.
is it though?
Yes!
Okay.
It's probably the best result you could have gotten out of the mirror shard. It's warned you about a problem that's super far away that you can solve by knowing about the future.
And not the index, which will be ultra hard. That's the hard part.
God damn it.
So, who wants to be the first to tell Clad in Darkness? Glad you guys shook on that deal, aren't you?
I mean, again, just tell him not to enslave the sun and the moon.
This came out of order too, because I was expecting the last session for you guys to go to the Mirror Shard, and then Clad Darks was going to show up afterwards.
Ah.
So
So the deal's already been sealed.
It happened out of order.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
which kind of just fucked, well, everybody who shook on it, I guess.
We'll deal with
I mean, you
it.
weren't supposed to not make a deal with Cloud and Darkness. Like, the Yushan thing isn't really the big problem here.
Yeah, that's
This
I'm
is-
just focusing
this
on it
is
'cause I
Seems
don't
to
know.
be the big problem.
Yeah.
The fucking Predator only showed up in year 999. We had 998 other years of bullshit happening.
Yeah.
No, that was just a
Oh.
perfect empire you guys had.
Yeah, didn't you see
Was
it?
it
looked
the
Perfect
Yeah,
perfect.
empire
it
where we
was like-
enslaved the sun.
The ground was dying because he was eating Gaia. He was draining her blood
He,
like a
like, the
vampire.
rest of Gaia was beautiful. Like, we had
It went on
floating
forever.
cities.
There was no wild.
See, I had understood it as like the ground was all like rotten and gross and fucked up.
Because he
But
was
I didn't
eating
know that
it.
was because of him. I thought the ground was all fucked up, and we, instead of like fixing it or doing something or whatever, just made floating cities so we wouldn't have to deal with the problem,
No, we just made floating cities because we're cool.
right?
There just were floating cities.
Yeah. No, we're just, like,
That makes the problem much less
yeah.
scary, because there's basically one thing we have to stop.
That's what I'm saying, is who cares about Clad and Darkness?
Well,
let him do his
there was
tearing.
also the mention that Atokaden was our factory and so forth. So
yeah, we made him our bitch.
I just-
It
Let's not
showed
make him our
images of a world, as large as creation that was nothing but machinery and forges self-automated, with a twin beating heart engine that was the sun and the moon spinning around a centrifuge.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
like...
Endlessly producing materials and power for creation.
yeah, I just hope that we don't take Autokraton and make it our little slave just to
Yeah.
fucking
I
save
never
our
would
Yeah,
have done
don't,
that anyway.
don't
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a future I want anything to do
Don't
with.
turn the Talkthorn into a slave, and that way he'll be happy.
He's like specifically a crafter and everything too. It's like, no, I'm definitely not going to do that, guys.
You did the thing the first race did. The first race that Talkthon made were the pyramid people. And the reason that a soul steel exists is because they tried to use technology and like spiral energy to capture a Talkthon and turn him into an engine for their empire. So he just appeared over like Unicron, sucked up every single living creature from the first stage, which were basically the Greys, and then smelted all their souls down into soul steel, a new material, so they would never be able to escape the shame of trying to usurp the greatest crafter in all of creation.
That sounds like.
And then your
what's
empire
happening
did it.
there.
I mean, like, usurp, sure.
Okay, we can't
But
use
not
that word.
Not enslave.
We put him to work. He likes crafting.
No, I just mean like, by usurp, that means you replace them on their throne. And I mean, greatest crafter in creation,
I mean, apparently you built this.
right?
It breaks time.
Well, maybe you just took Ramithios, punched him into a mirror shape, and
Probably what happened.
pretty much
Or at least used him as like a whatever.
component.
And I mean, kind of hanging out there anyways.
Well, we'll have to deal with him eventually. Okay.
In the far future, in the last days of the Solar Deliberative, they found your capsule in between Elsewhere and the other place where your body was, because you didn't live. And they just
Oh.
found that capsule with your body inside of it preserved in Elsewhere, and they just used that as the signal booster, because all those other things were majestic clones.
Well, yeah, I guess since there's no wild, then...
Now that you know about the future, you can change it.
Damn right I will.
Well, we just need to go to the Punisher Spiders, whip them into shape. No!
Okay,
No!
we can't keep talking about enslaving and whipping people if you guys want to be just kings.
Yeah. The whole reason Talkthon got mad at us is because we enslaved and whipped him.
No.
So let's
He
not
didn't
do
get
that
mad-
to someone
You gotta
else.
tell you as soon as you freed a Talkthon and helped him get healthy, you brought it back to his roots.
Well, he didn't get mad at us in the first day. She was like, oh, fuck, this is getting out of hand. I'm just leaving now.
Yeah, and so...
This time he
in
didn't
the-
run fast enough.
Yeah, in the second
With his
age...
stumpy little crippled legs.
Oh,
Yeah. So this time would be
You guys are
with
monsters.
Talkthon.
I probably died trying to stop you guys or
Oh,
something.
that's what you want to
This
think, is that it?
This was a
That's
good day.
what I know.
Can we
Damn
get
it.
out of this hole, guys? Like, as much as I'm fond of staying in it, this is
Yeah,
not
let's
where I want to be.
get
A lot of the effects of the hole you're in, the bottom of this well, have died once the mirror stopped working.
I guess, should we gather up the...
Is her castle still floating up there?
Yeah, but like there's an apple core chunk exploded out of it, just leaking stuff.
I think we should take the remains of this and study it further afterwards and not leave it with a potential Death Lord.
She's had it forever. She built her castle on top of it.
Maybe she didn't know about it.
I'm still taking it.
She literally knew about it.
It's just dust.
We wouldn't know that she knew about
Literally, I just found this note that said, yes, I knew about this.
Is it dust or is it like
The mirror part dusted. The rest of the actual device is still there.
Oh, okay.
You
I thought it
need,
just
you need that
broke.
frame to build the mirror in the future. Right?
it.
I mean, fair enough.
How did the Wanderer figure that
But
out?
that's a paradox, you know?
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
That's why that mirror shard caused all that damage in Denonsor way back in the day. Because it's a closed loop that was causing interference.
It's a living paradox. Neat.
Okay.
Now that it's gone, it's not going to cause any damage until you build it again.
In the future.
Let's start now. Okay.
Now we're gonna have to keep
I just
building
start
it and
floating
checking
out
in the
of the
future
hole.
to make
I'm
sure
like,
we
we're
did it
done in
right.
the hole.
Okay.
We can go back to the magic meeting room.
Fix up the ship.
Yeah.
Why did we start fighting
We have a
each
magic
other?
meeting room on the
Sorry?
ship.
Why did we start fighting each other?
Or whatever we thought.
Hey, does my armor
remember
have a
Nexus? I
playback
don't know.
function?
Your armor's pretty wrecked. The Majestic needs to spend some time on it.
Just hotwire into the ship's displays.
You guys get in the opulence of the Absolute. The Majestic does some spot repairs to it. You collect your stuff. Oh, there's Nightman's arm. It is smashed into the control panel.
Wow,
Nightman.
We tried
Why?
to stop it.
These are powder burns. Someone shot my arm off.
Well,
Which one of you has my flame wand?
check my
Which
pockets.
one of us has it?
I really hope
You
it's
have his
not.
plasma repeaters.
Okay, good. It's not me. I feel
So
really bad
it's
if it was
looking
me.
like.
I found these on the Killer Queen.
So it's looking like I shut off your arm and took control of your armor and everything. And this seems to be a me thing.
Well, it was the
Yeah.
Majestic era.
Exactly.
Oh,
so I'm just gonna
I know
say.
what
Yeah, by
happened.
the way, I think now that everything's fine and dandy, it should be the Wan Mei era.
Or the second
You
Soul of the
shot
Liberative
Nightman
era.
and took control of my armor to attack the rest, essentially. And then I stopped it by getting out.
Well,
And I don't know where the javelin came from. Who wields a javelin?
No one, but I probably just built it.
Your
on
sixth
foot.
circle mate. He's right here. He's always been here.
Oh my god.
Well,
That would be
Hi, bro.
amazing.
He's the rebel cast. He's a rebellion exalt.
he's the Olympic ring.
this is what happens when you fuck with time.
Clever.
And you power up the engines, float above the castle. You see some sort of large, death lordy beast, some sort of savage animal stalking inside the castle. Just doing its thing, watching your ship as you take off, as you leave the Forsaken Mound, the swamp. It's been blown open, kind of like that explosion that happened in Russia.
Tunguska.
The Tunguska, a Tunguska event style. All the trees have been snapped in half, inward, pointing toward the mound.
Oh, that's the opposite of what
that's
it is. That's really
horrifying.
weird.
And it's like made like this pattern that looks strange from the tree explosion. You guys,
We're just
not worth it.
no.
It's just a silly place.
Alright. Well, shit.
Mirshar taken care of.
Okay. I guess time for some Yushan.
Time for some saving.
Yeah, you guys load the mirror holder into your cargo bay.
How big is it? Like,
I want
bigger
to
than
keep
two
dust.
people.
Like, I know it doesn't have anything. I just want to keep it for, like, sentimental value because I broke the laws of time and I'm really impressed with myself right now.
like
I broke creation.
put her
The
in a
mirror
crystal
itself is
and
big
on,
enough
like, a
for
necklace or
3
something.
people in
gonna.
any dimension to be able to go through, like stacked on top of each other, sideways or deep or whatever. And then there's just a holder machine built around it.
Neat.
Into the cargo bay. Nightman takes his arm, puts it in a satchel.
I'm just glad that it wasn't me who almost killed the Nightman this time.
I'll just go to a VATS facility. Just get it fixed. It's easy to fix now.
Yep, sure is.
Third time.
Wasn't me this time though.
Third time.
You
Well,
know, Nightman.
that's what happens.
How did you get here?
Yeah.
I don't know. I woke up in the well. How did you guys get here?
We were flying
In
here.
the ship.
Do you remember flying here?
No,
Yeah,
but we were
I
going
remember
to.
leaving.
Yeah, I remember getting in the ship.
Do
and
you
being
remember
like-
actually flying here?
Well, I remember getting
'Cause I
in
don't.
the ship.
What's the last thing we all remember?
Getting in the ship.
Getting in the
Playing
ship.
around with the mirror shard on the ship's compass
Yeah.
Yeah.
before launching.
Before we left.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess
Tinker,
he just
tinker, tinker. Boom.
We can
decided
check
he
the-
wanted to...
Or you guys call to him. It's like, let's bring Nightman. You know, we don't hang out with anymore, Nightman.
Let's just go to One May. It has...
We can check the security.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can check the security.
It legitimately
cameras at
has
night,
those.
at 1 May.
There
We
you
almost
go.
never we overused them like the first session we got that all set up and then we almost never use it.
Oh, it runs itself now.
Yeah.
Also use it to tell when the Killer Queen sneaks into your rooms at night and watches you sleep.
I enjoyed that. It makes me feel like special when I know that the
Like
Killer
someone's
Queen's
always
watching
watching
me.
you.
Yeah,
I feel safe.
it does.
Oh man.
Just a unique kind of thing.
You arrive in Wanmei. Nightman gets on a ship leaving Wanmei, an airship heading towards the southern Autochthonian city where they have a VATS facility. He's just going to go get himself fixed in the VATS facility.
Hey, didn't we bring in an abyssal?
No.
No,
Nope.
we're going to.
Oh, you guys were talking about it. I assumed you picked one.
No,
Nope.
no.
Why do we never bring anybody?
You guys land. Nightman leaves. You guys exit. The cargo hold gets opened up. One of the cargo hold walls falls down, and a small abyssal girl steps out.
Oh, there was an abyssal.
Who are you?
Hello?
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, you're
assuming
the
you're the
vessel
kid?
from the.
You're her kid?
Yeah.
Are you from the
This is
Downshire?
not where
Park my
I
car.
remember going to bed.
Yeah, that happened to all of us. It's okay.
Yeah.
She like feels at her neck because now that you're looking at her, her neck's kind of broken, and she just kind of just clicks it back into place. Ow!
It'll be okay.
Are you the one made deliberative?
We are.
Depends who's asking.
We are.
We always are, no matter who's asking.
Who are you?
Shoat of the Mire.
Shoat
of the Mire.
Oh.
It means like, didn't you say that means
The
like,
child of the swamp or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's her
okay.
death word kid that she likes to keep.
Okay.
Can
You like look where she was. Like it looks like the plating for the ship was like welded up over that when you were putting it back together. Like she was like embedded into it, like in a fight or a crash or something.
Can you tell if your Death Lord's still alive?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's. Of course she is.
Okay,
You can't
good. I mean,
die.
just making sure.
You saw her
'cause-
when you were taking off.
Did we?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was.
That monster
it was
was
that
her.
big animal monster watching
Oh.
you.
Okay,
I even said it looked all Death Lordy.
fair enough.
Yep.
Hint, hint.
Okay, well that's good.
Wait, is this where Void Within Without lives?
Yes.
I'm going to go and talk to him, and I'm going to find a way back to the underworld.
I would like to.
There's like a shadow line right there.
Exactly.
I'm gonna like call him and let him know, like on the Wame stuff. Like
He's like right behind you.
Oh Jesus! Hey,
Hey,
Is this
Do you
your
not
girlfriend?
remember?
me.
Are you two a
Shoda
couple?
yeah, I know. I picked it up in my. And he like taps at parts of his skull that have been replaced with star metal. I picked up on it.
She wants to talk to you.
Come with me. I'll fill you in.
How old does she look?
12?
She's like his age.
adorable little
Yeah, they're the two abyssal kids in Exalted.
Yay.
I'll fill you in. Come on.
I want to hear this conversation.
Bees out of my teeth.
Are there actually bees in your teeth?
No,
Okay,
it's an expression.
I've never heard that expression before. It's a very alarming.
It's like the
expression.
bee's knees.
It's a very alarming expression.
Just to get all these bees out of my teeth. And he just walks.
I'm gonna look at the recordings of what happened.
All right, you guys got into the ship. Then you got out and started screaming at each other.
Sounds
You can hear the Wanderer screaming "Creation Really Mandate" and slamming his fist on the wall. Then you guys went back to the magic meeting room, kept arguing, ate, all hung out and watched recordings of the child massacre again, so while still arguing. Then you called up Nightman. Then you kept screaming. Then we brought up battle maps of Thorns and the Mask of Winters and stuff.
What?
And then you guys went back into the ship and took off.
Okay.
Wow.
Looks like we hashed some stuff out.
I feel like we had some soul
Why did we
searching
bring
and it
up
went well.
thorns? That doesn't make any sense.
Because
Probably
we dealt with it.
We
It's
said
fine.
you couldn't have taken thorns anyways,
Oh.
and you said that you could have. That's
I
probably
was
what
like,
happened.
here, let me show you.
Let's go kill this Death Lord. I'll show you guys.
It was like an hour's worth of arguing.
See, we hashed it out. We're all happy again.
Yeah, we hashed it out, and I was right all along.
And you've
That's
forgotten
what I
all the
gathered.
lessons learned.
That's kind of how we learn our lessons, is by forgetting them.
Okay.
Well,
I think the next goal...
And during that argument, one of you guys went off to the armory and brought out one of the spears the Majestics made, and were like pointing it at each other, and it was this whole thing.
there we go. It's all coming together.
So, I vote we go find...
If you listen to the dialogue, they're talking about, well, if he's going to take a solar and put it into his abyssal weapon, why don't we take an abyssal and put it into our solar weapon?
That'd be clever.
I mean,
Ooh,
it's
I
actually
like
not
that.
a bad idea. Now that whoever said that in the past.
It's the Wanderer.
Yes. I mean, it's only fair. I gave them something. Where's our soul to mess with and rip apart?
We don't do that, buddy.
Cut to long bang.
That's
rock
like
on your
slavery.
wall.
They're abyssals. If anything, we're fixing them.
By turning them into weapons.
Well, making them more solar.
Weapons
Like
of
they're
pointy
supposed to be.
destruction. Yeah.
So,
You were saying-
we should go kill the Vider Millface.
You want to go back to Autochthonia?
No.
Oh no! Last
Let's
time
just-
we
wait,
were
wait.
there, it was a silly
Aren't we
place.
kind of like half friends with them? Why don't we just call them here and be like, hey,
Viagra?
buddy?
No. Arzak.
You're friends with Arzak. Arzak's great. He hasn't been around since the Autochthonian trip. He disappeared.
Why don't we call him?
Because you haven't seen him in the 5 days, 10 days you've been back.
Did we give him a communicator?
Oh,
They don't work across dimensions.
So he's
Well,
not an artist.
But when he'd be back in creation, he'd be able to pick out our message and...
Yeah, he'll be able to check his voicemail.
Also, we could just send a message to an Autochthonian city and they can relay
Could you
it
contact
into-
Arzak of Null Space, aka Lucifer Morningstar of your culture?
Yeah, we
Be
need to
real
talk to
nice
him.
of you.
We need to go for a bro down with him. We're gonna bring him out to Olive Garden and get wings.
We want to beat down
Don't
the
get
Super
wings
Devil.
at
Why-
Olive Garden.
We can do it at this one.
He has some
What kind of Olive Garden do you go to?
The Olive Garden that's on Wing Street.
Okay.
In one... Wait, we have a Wing Street?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like endless breadsticks or something that actually like would relate, but nope, wings. Wow.
Okay.
It is a future problem. It is a problem I gave you guys, not that you don't have to deal with right fucking now. It's just a problem on the horizon. A 1,000 years from now.
Yeah.
All I have to do is not be tyrannical assholes.
That's the hard part.
I'd rather just kill everyone who disagrees with us.
And replace them with people in your own image.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my
you know-
god! You're not actually having
was
this
the-
conversation.
It was the Majestic era, so all we
Yeah.
need to do is kill Majestic. And,
That's true. And then we can
And
have
then after the Majestic's dead, in memory of him, we'll name it the Majestic. Damn it!
Factories buried beneath one may just like activate it on the Majestic's death and start like building robot clones of the Majestic and just pumping them out.
The
into a
Majestic's like,
warehouse.
okay, guys, I'll let you kill me for reals so that I don't come back and cause all this trouble. But in return, you have to call it the Majestic Era. And you're like, yeah, that's fair. Okay, yeah, sure. And then you're like, God damn it. Shit. Shit.
Yeah, see, first thing we should agree that it's gonna be called the Wan Mei era. So
or
that
the
we at
new
least
soul, the liberative
change
era.
that part of the future, which ripples, hopefully.
Also, it's really good because Wame actually means like perfect or perfection. So
Hey,
Yeah, wasn't that Kevin who thought of the name?
I think so. I know it was me, you, and Kevin that were playing at the time, so it was.
I'm almost certain Kevin's the one who thought it up.
Yeah.
Because I didn't. He's the one who did the Chinese research.
Sounds good.
Research.
Google
Perfect.
Translate.
Google Translate.
It's
Hey.
close enough.
did GJ come back?
Hasn't been that long.
Oh, I thought it was like 10 days or something.
No.
It's like 2. We have a
Not
really, really
even 2
fast ship.
days. It's been like a few hours.
So
Oh,
2
shit.
days with the arguing.
No, it was like
that
an hour
That was
argument.
only like an hour argument.
Okay.
I thought you said we were gone for like 10 days or something.
Less than 6 hours.
Okay, never mind then.
Okay then. So, why don't we go and deal with heaven now?
I thought Clad in Darkness was dealing
No.
with
Khalid Darkness has his way of dealing with heaven. I have another way.
Yeah, but if we promised Clad and Darkness we wouldn't get in his
you'll
way.
be technically breaking the deal that you agreed to by.
We agreed not to interfere with his thing. Doesn't mean we can't do our stuff. Because we
He
don't know.
Our
said-
stuff interferes with everything.
No.
He said specifically to stay your hand and to stay out of his
Yes,
business.
so when those weird exiles will be rising up in heaven and murdering some gods, then we go like, hey gods, that's your problem.
This is your problem now.
Yeah, I feel like we should wait on Yushan till
No.
after he's done his thing,
Or
and
we
then
should
once he's
stop him.
done, we'll come in with the crown and be like,
No.
"We're here to save
No.
you."
Or we should
Yushan's
stop
on
him.
fire now. It has been on fire for the last month, basically.
Or we should stop him.
No, we're not stopping him.
Or we should stop
You all
him.
signed double oaths.
I signed nothing. I specifically signed
We signed
nothing.
in the agreement of the Wame Deliberative. You're part of that.
No, we did
Then
not.
I denounced myself from the Wame Deliberative.
I see.
This is not a dream. Not a dream. By the way, I'm just going to pause. We are back, and you are in your magic meeting room.
So, I guess the plan is to go to heaven, but...
So you guys want to actually go to Yushan?
I
Well,
won't.
we're gonna try to go to Yushan.
I would want
I
to...
don't really want to go to Yushan.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of dicks up there that I don't like.
Well,
And
That you don't like.
also, and also, like, this guy has a crown and stuff. He wants to do all this stuff that I don't care
Also,
about. So.
I might get triggered.
well, you can stay and protect the one
I
May.
fucking love that
and-
they're called limit triggers.
Yeah, I'll stay and protect Wan Mei.
Okay.
Going to Rathus and trying to use the Yushan gate therein, you'll find that it's not working. The gate is off.
How about we call in the calibration gate? Could have
The
someone.
calibration gate is not the calibration gate is not accessible. It is off.
Well, Plan B.
Can we contact the Siderials through our magic communicators and ask what's going
Your
on?
communicators are no longer receiving messages. The god is not at her post.
God damn it, of course.
Okay.
Guys, tell us about this problem.
Well,
Yeah, we come back to Wame and tell you guys
Okay.
about it.
Because do we know any gods that have jobs in heaven?
The countess puts her finger up.
Right? Don't go to heaven if you can, because that might be a problem. But are you able to just go to heaven?
No.
Yeah, of course, Sun Lord. All I would do is pass through the eye of the Yushan Gate in Rathus, the Dragon King city.
No,
Were you not just part of this
Don't
conversation?
some gods have a way, like a secret way into Yushan?
Well, you know of Meru, but I think as I read, normally you cannot do that. I think that's really,
What
really
about-
It is
exceptional.
said that some lords of Yushan are able to cross the threshold between the worlds, but we, referring to her and Tutor's by Claw, are not of that station, for we concern ourselves with the noble material realm of the lawgivers.
Well, you could go to Mount Meru, go to the very top and jump, and then you might make your way into Yushan.
Do we really want to go through all that work? I mean, Clad and Darkness is doing his thing up there. Let's just let him be. And then we'll go, as they say, we'll go up after he's done and be all like, we're the saviors, we did great,
Okay.
look at us, we're
Then-
fancy.
How about we leave a message for Clad and Darkness to let us know when we can go back to heaven again?
That
Because
works,
we'd
yeah.
like to do that as soon as possible.
Yeah, yeah,
We just forward him the message to wherever he receives it.
exactly.
It's also really alarming that we can't even talk to our allies and have them know.
Yeah, that's in like what, 6
Well, I can
hours?
still use sorcery to...
Doesn't cross the dimensions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yushan's
Oh,
Yushan's
yeah.
technically
It's another world.
religion.
Yeah, although it's kind of silly that you can just like turn off all the gates at once. Like,
You totally can. They did it. That happened
I
before.
thought it could cross into like the underworld and stuff. I thought
Nope.
okay.
Wait. You were able to talk to Killer Queen in 5 days.
She was in
Cecily.
Cecily.
Yeah.
She was just entering Cecily and
Yeah.
stopped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she wasn't there. Okay, I guess we should deal with things right here, so... How about we deal with the guild?
The guild start looking for the Eye of Autochthon so we can wake up Autochthon.
That'd be a great ally against the realm.
We don't have a lead for that yet.
Yeah.
Don't we? I thought we had something. Didn't
Something
we
I know of.
have...
No, the Siderios...
I never got my
Said
lead on
they'll-
Lothar
Oh
before
yeah, the
heaven went
Siderials
down.
said they were looking into it.
Yes.
Did they leave us
happy
any
about that.
messages?
Oh yeah, Were any of our sidereal allies not in heaven?
Yeah, the two of them were in the underworld tracking Lothar.
Right? So we can probably contact them still. Oh, no, because the god has to
What-
translate the message, so we can only contact
No,
them.
we
with
could
those
go
stuff.
into the underworld, as in go down to Void's, lab, and then use the
And then use sorcery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
unless they
do that.
decline.
I like this plan because
Because
then I
if
might
they're-
be able to find Lothar.
You get a message from Wanmei. Remember, the city is still suffering
Yep.
from various power outages. You have guests at the periphery of Wanmei.
Oh,
Let's
Cool.
go see them.
wait. Put them on screen.
Who's that?
So it's two sidereals.
Oh.
They look a little ragged.
Invite them in.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
go and get them and bring them into our...
They walk in,
Well,
they go on a
people will
rickshaw, the rickshaw starts bringing them into a transit, the transit starts taking them close. It takes like an hour for them to get here.
Okay.
Get some food.
One May
Like,
travel time.
They get some food on one of the trains and just like take a nap.
Oh, we have trains now?
I mean, you have
we have-
ways.
You have everything you want.
Everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even world peace?
The ice
I mean,
cream
in
comes
one
out
day.
of the walls. What more do you want?
Ambrosia.
For it to come out of the ceiling?
In your room it does.
You know it.
So, yeah, I'm just trying to get my notes up. I have
Okay.
no room for my goddamn mouse.
I'll arrange for one of the baths.
It's
See
funny
what
that we
can do.
mention those materials and then they show up.
What a coincidence.
Well, I mean,
They were on their way here.
that is kind of one of their things, though, isn't it?
They're coincidence kind of people.
Yeah.
Winkadinkle.
Yeah. Well,
So yes,
fate, right?
Panafa and Yomaguro are here. The chosen of journeys and chosen of secrets.
Beautiful. Welcome.
They are both sidereal exalts. They are in, traveling robes that are special looking and stuff.
You got caught outside.
Yes! That is just Panafa. Your secretary.
Our lawyer.
Your lawyer. Whatever. She's the one that threw the mask on Killer Queen in the original
Yeah, because he's
fight at Lookshy to hide her identity.
from her family living there or something.
Yes! It appears Yushan is inaccessible right now.
Yeah.
That's probably good for you guys, not gonna lie.
Some sort of rebellion, some sort of conflict, some sort of firefight happening in the streets of the Heavenly City. Would you guys know anything about that?
Yeah, you could thank the
Oh,
Death Knights for that.
Oh.
yeah.
And these people.
Have you heard of something about exiles that are not part of the Loom of Fate, but are not Infernals or Abyssals?
Death, Lord,
Not Infernals, not Abyssals.
no?
Well, apparently that's happening.
Yeah, some of them are showing up in Yushan.
The only exalts showing up in Yushan are Clad in Darkness, the Tyrant King.
Well,
Yep.
Yes.
They totally
then
okay this.
he's, dealing with some of the problems in Yushan.
I go stand next to the Sidereals. So I can wave my finger at the rest of the group with them.
Problems in Yushan are being dealt with. It's good that you guys aren't there.
Once we can get back,
Yes.
we'll mop everything up
Yeah,
and make it better.
exactly.
So, I guess until then, make
Sometimes
yourself
you gotta
comfortable.
Tear down before you rebuild.
Unless you have some other way of getting into Yushan.
We are working on a way of getting into Yushan. There is
Don't-
a way in.
Don't do that.
Well,
That
We-
seems
we-
like okay.
okay.
Clad in Darkness is causing a ruckus in Yushan.
Okay. But if we go into Yushan, it will be better.
Yeah, but then we're meddling with Clad in Darkness's thing.
You're breaking
That's
his oath.
not what we want to do.
Did you make an oath with him?
Yes, they made
We
an
made a
oath.
double oath.
A double oath.
Interesting.
A
Okay.
that's not even a thing, but it happened.
Hey, we got the Crown of Wonders, or the Crown
Oh
of
my god, you
Wonders.
don't even know it.
The Crown of...
It's on your
Weather.
belt in that case.
Yeah.
We got the Weather Hat.
The leather hat.
Yeah. See, it's good
The
to be...
briefcase.
Thunders.
The briefcase from Pulp Fiction. It's alright.
It's on my watch list.
Kill
Yeah.
Bill's better.
I've seen that.
No words.
Yeah, now you know my feel. This is how I felt.
Not a lot we can do about this. Not a lot we can do. Especially considering most of the realm allied sidereals and god-blooded and gods that we had been trying to deal with were probably in creation when this happened.
That's an issue. I'll admit that was a oversight on Clad and Darkness's part.
Yeah.
But we'll deal with it.
Well, at least they can't access the Loom of Fate, so...
Yeah, there you go. See? Positive thinking.
Yeah, I'm sure
That's
there's.
kind of a pain though, because that means like.
What?
I have all these guys to deal with afterwards too.
Yeah, we'll just kill them.
I'm sure there's no way an Abyssal has a charm to brainwash somebody into working for them and operating the Loom of Fate for them.
Well,
That's probably not a thing.
if he messes with the spiders, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to deal with the Loom of Fate. He said he was just not worried about it.
I have no idea why we're dealing with this guy.
Because he's
He was supposed to be disarmed after the Mask of Winters fell. Why are they still poking around at heaven?
He took
he
over
became
for the mask.
the Mask of Winter.
He didn't
He
become
wears,
it, but
he wears the masks
He
on his
became
belt.
better than him.
Yeah, why would he do that? That's not anywhere in our profile of this
Oh,
guy.
the things he's doing in heaven is for revenge.
Yeah.
What?
He's angry because his dad, Lytech,
No. That can't be real.
Yeah, he said it himself.
Yeah, and there was that eerie screeching thing, which means you know it's a...
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. They don't know what they do.
See,
This is why we need
Holy
lawyers.
Jesus, I don't do it.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's called for. Majestic.
You go on.
there was... That's perfect. We didn't realize that's who he was. Played that one close to the chest. He was in Yushan negotiating with us. Damn it.
We only figured out who he was, like, yesterday.
Today.
7 hours ago.
Yeah.
Literally today.
Yeah, today.
Damn it. Really wish we would have known that.
What's his story?
Lytech had two sons. One of them got into a bit of trouble and died. Lytech didn't take it very well and went on a sort of spiritual journey in his grief and then eventually came back to do his job. Didn't realize the son was still alive.
Well, I mean, undead.
Existing.
Yeah.
A player.
On our side.
Just because he wears our
Ostensibly.
symbol, of course he would put on our symbol when he wants something from us.
Well,
It looked really good on him.
It really did.
I say this still wearing the underworld symbol on my
the underworld martial art outfit.
Yeah, and I'm not wearing my armor right now because it's in the shop, so...
You need some fixing. It has problems.
So, any updates on anything else?
Well, we found the Devastator.
What?
We tracked him in the underworld.
Oh, you mean Lothar.
Both.
Okay.
We were tracking the Devastator, the axe,
Yeah.
and that led us to Lothar, naturally.
So
where are they?
is he now?
In the underworld. We broke away once we couldn't get in contact with Yushan anymore. He's fairly rampagey at the moment.
That's fine. Let's go get on his trail again. I'll come with you.
Yeah, when we were following him, he had been rampaging through the underworld, dealing with underworld collections, and then he came onto this crypt in Stygia, near the mouth of the void. There's a kingdom there, and he entered Stygia, greeted as a... he wasn't greeted the way the Abyssals are, because he's a solar exalt, but he was able to get a small following of ghosts, not specters, ghosts following him, and was basically seeking out the spirit of a specific spirit who got him in contact with other entities from creation that were working in the underworld. We lost the trail there.
Okay. So he's not there anymore?
He could be in the underworld, or he could be leaving the underworld, leaving to creation through the underworld. We think the guild's involved for some reason. We were seeing a lot of guild factor ghosts in the area.
So I guess we should deal with the guild now, because probably a lot of them died in Nexus. So,
Oh yeah, the Nexus was a whole
yeah, that
guild.
was their
Yeah.
headquarters.
Yeah, you haven't heard about this? Nexus detonated. The
We
entire guild leadership's gone. It's a nightmare. It bolstered the Mask's empire.
we definitely do know that It
Yeah,
detonated. We
That could
definitely
have
know
been
about that.
mildly part of someone's fault.
Okay.
Well, obviously it's
Pointing.
someone's fault.
I'm pointing at the Killer Queen.
Duh.
I'm pointing at the Killer Queen while we're talking.
I just had forgotten that's where the realm set up. 'Cause I have so little dealings
Guild?
with them. Yes. See, that's how little dealings I have with the guild. I
Okay.
mess up their name.
So, how about we try picking up the pieces of the guild and see what we can connect to us?
That means his house is gone.
Who's?
What guy?
My slave owner. His house was probably there and stuff. It's like, it blew up. Yeah.
Yeah!
All of a sudden, the Majestic's now okay with the Nexus dying.
Never okay.
Oh, wait, are you guys saying you did Nexus?
I'm saying one of us did Nexus, pointing at the Killer Queen.
Why?
I don't know.
This
Amuse
Killer
me.
Queen, that's not good enough.
Okay. Well, that's in the past now. Moving forward. There's a fair amount of turmoil as guild assets are being absorbed in the north and west. Leaving only the east and center assets, which are changing. And the Underworld Guild operations. And the Malthaeus Guild operations. They're quickly falling apart.
Okay, how about we pick up as many pieces as we can now?
Yeah.
Because, well,
Best Wanderer, that is where we think the Devastator is heading towards. There's some sort of guild underworld intervention working in concert with them.
Alright, well, you need to go put a stop to it before he hurts any more innocent people.
I just want to put this out there. Is there anything else you want to tell us? Anything at all? Anything about Malthaeus or the Underworld or Yushan or the Wild? Anything related to
Oh,
the
we're bringing
death?
back some stuff from the wild, but it's just some engines to make our things work. Oh, we have that. Going outside to the...
What's that?
That's the Eye of Judgment.
No. Wait, is that coming here? Are you under attack?
We're not
No.
an attack. We own it now. It's ours.
No, that's the third one you guys have gotten.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Now, someone else
That's a
took the
good
engine
thing.
out of it.
Okay, so it's harmless then.
I'm gonna
That's
put
fine.
a
Getting
new
a new
engine
one.
back
Well,
in.
Vanilith's in it right now.
God damn
but-
it.
Vanilith is what's making it fly.
Vanilith?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You fucking traitor.
He is our
What?
friend.
Wait, why is he a
He's a
traitor?
You're not allowed to interact with creation.
Oh, pitch.
yes.
So,
We make the rules.
She like looks out at the horizon, it's on the horizon looking around, vulgarly interacting with creation.
so we're bringing back something from the wild to power it.
Blowing up.
What are you bringing in from the wild?
Sun Witch
The
worships
reactor
itself.
that worships the sun.
I don't know what that.
It's a never-ending power machine that someone
Well,
probably
apparently in the
built.
first age...
I don't want to hear it if it's from the first age.
It is.
Just keep going.
We're bringing that back from the wild to power the Eye of Judgment. Person who took it is Eye of Seven Despair.
What? How?
That's his name.
When
right?
did this
I
happen?
and 7 despair.
2 days ago, maybe?
What?
We've been busy.
Yeah, these guys are
No.
obsessed
We
with
just went into the
Deathwing.
underworld just after you called us to look for the Devastator. How did this happen?
We went to go.
How did we get here?
We went to. We went
He
to.
was
Mount,
here.
we went
Well,
to Mount
you see, long
Metagalopa.
ago, I wanted to sacrifice 1,000
Okay, we went to Mount Metagalopa to take it because we knew that the Eye of Judgment was in it. We talked to the people that were living there. They are now living
The
in Wamei.
Metagalopans?
Yes.
Tushpals.
They're living in Wamei for
Not a
now
real thing.
before I build them a new city. But, or a new mountain city. They like living in mountains for
I
some
liked Tushipao. I'd vacation there sometimes. It was quiet.
Well,
reason. Either way,
it's not
This shit
fun.
writes
it's
itself.
gone now. But when we went inside of the Eye of Judgment, Eye of Seven Despair was there with
Yeah, he has been there for
Crocodile
like half a year
Man.
now.
a crocodile man was living there with Eye of Eye of Seven
A
Despair.
created hackathon pirate.
In order to not have to fight him, he said he would just take the engine, and I'm like, I can build another.
And then you
one
fought
anyways.
him.
No. And then a deal was made.
Okay,
Without me.
alright. So,
I'm the deal guy.
so, what did he want for the engine?
He wanted the engine. I wasn't there to make the deal. Killer Queen made the deal. He
He
wanted
kept the
engine.
engine, we kept the Titan.
Yeah.
The other option was him overloading the weapons or destroying the entire thing. I figured it was a fair trade.
Okay, keep going.
So that happened. What else happened?
We
went
Tonya.
to. Oh yeah, we're doing stuff in Autochthonia. That was like a few days ago.
We know about that. You debriefed us.
We
Didn't
went
brief you
to
about,
what's her name?
What do you mean?
It's like Shota Minor or whatever.
Shoat of the Mire.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, we went to the
What's her mom's name?
Dowager.
The Dowager.
Yes, we went to the Dowager's.
That's 3 or 4 Death Lords in as many days.
Yeah.
We are very well aware of that. We didn't need to talk to her. We need to go underneath of it in the she has this
Mine,
well that was underneath her castle.
I don't know what. I don't know. What
It's
you're
just a
talking
well. We went there, talked to it. It was fine. And now we're back.
about. What did you find in the
Oh, yeah.
well?
A mirror.
Things you don't need to worry about.
The future.
Vision
A
of the
mirror that I
future.
had built, and we spoke to it, and it told us to not do things that we wouldn't ever do anyways, and it's fine.
Yeah, we'll have to keep tabs on the Viet of Null Space. He might be
Who?
Autochtons.
It's above your pay grade.
There's a guy that wants to reformat Talkthon. We don't want him to do that.
Okay, what does the word reformat mean?
He wants to change a Talkthon
Reincarnate him
on like
into something
a
better.
fundamental level to make him a different type of.
Fetish death?
Yes.
Don't do that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's why
we
we
don't
said-
want him to do that,
Don't do that.
but he wants to do that, and we want to stop him. We
Yeah.
very much want to stop him. We don't know where he is right now, though.
Probably inside of
But don't worry, that's
trying
like
to
Yeah.
1,000 years from now.
as we speak, right this second.
But
Yeah, we need to get the Eye of the Top Phone. That would be
Yes.
helpful.
Very badly.
All right. Well, no one's seen the eye since the Empire of the North disappeared.
So it was in the north.
No, that was hundreds of years ago. It could be anywhere.
What else happened? Oh, we told her that we have the crown, right?
Yeah, we told them.
Okay.
Well, like
But
they're
we're
on his
guessing.
belt. Wow.
Yeah.
well, it's
Did you tell them about the other Death Lord?
Which
What
one?
are they-
Which
the,
other?
the war one that you went to go try to make a deal with?
Oh yeah, we told them about that.
Yeah,
okay.
that was a while
Okay,
ago.
okay.
We debriefed them the last time.
That was last week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a while
There's
ago.
so many Death Lords, it's hard to keep up.
Was that everyone? Was that everything that happened in the last few days?
I think so.
Did we tell them about Uranus? Do we want to tell them about Uranus?
Oh right.
I don't understand anything about.
Oh, there's just a whole sorcery math.
Remember,
Thing.
remember
happening.
that there are 5 maidens of destiny?
Yes,
We-
I remember that there are 5 maidens of destiny.
Apparently-
I'm not the wanderer.
Apparently, Autokaton
Hey,
was
now.
making a 6th one, and maybe it'll be coming up in a year.
I don't like the sound of any of that. It sounds like bullshit.
It's turning on will make it so that Autochthon can fight back Gremlin Syndrome.
I really don't know what Gremlin Syndrome is.
You know
It's
how
Autochthon's
Autochthon's
disease.
sick?
Can we focus on creation?
Yes.
Okay. But I
It's
mean,
just all focused on
Autochthon's
creation.
gonna destroy creation.
Autochthonia has alchemical Exalt champions that can deal with whatever it is you're trying to tell me about.
But they don't
Do
know,
not care.
They don't know how to deal with it.
I am one of 100 people who manage creation, and creation, if you haven't noticed, is very large and very full of people like you.
there's only 100 of you?
Let's
Yes.
just focus on creation. Less as of today.
Is there only 100 on both sides, or just 100?
Ever.
100
Oh my
Siderians.
God.
We're the 5 score fellowship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
500
20.
divided by 5, that'd be 20. The score is 20.
You're
Such
the
a
majestic.
weird-
20 of each
Artist in
cast.
creation.
Such a weird
each maiden.
Of the 5 maidens.
measure of counting thing.
It's a score.
Four score.
Yeah.
This isn't even in character, Devin. I just think it's
Okay.
weird to count things by 20s. It's just weird. That's why I never knew what the fuck a score was.
4 score and 7
You count things in
Okay.
5s, 10s, 15s, 20s. Like, counts in sets of 10s or sets of 5. That makes sense.
It's your fingers and your
No.
toes.
Exactly.
Plus, in like creation, you also have probably like the base 12 or 16 for like actually monetary stuff and all that.
Anyway, I do not care about Autochthonia.
Why?
Should.
I know other people can deal with it. I have a creation-based issue. And that extends, by the way, to the Underworld, the Wild, and Malpheus. So we have 3 times the size of creation to deal with. I do not care about Autochthonia. They have their own set of exils for that.
Okay.
Okay.
So
There are barely enough of us to handle every solar circle, and at least a third of us don't actively fight against the solars. So, undermanned is the word of the day here.
You might be very undermanned.
Yeah, I figured. I figured.
In fact, you might become the boss.
No, nobody wants that.
Just saying.
See, you guys all have a different little idea of what being in charge is. For you guys, being in charge is just going wherever you want, doing whatever you want, and never dealing with the fallout.
Yeah, isn't it
Being
great?
in charge on our side means being accountable for all that shit you people do.
Yeah, you may want to appoint someone the boss then once you become in charge.
Sorry for trying to save the
Okay.
world.
How many Death Lords?
I mean, I didn't touch any of them.
the First and Forsaken Lion, the IS-7 Despair, the Dowager. I guess we didn't deal with Princess Magnificent, although we wanted to
No.
talk with her, but no.
Oh, it
She's
was the
not
other one that we just kind of drove by.
The one,
the
I guess,
the
the mask.
Mask of Winters,
technically-
quote unquote.
We've been dealing with him since you guys Exalted, basically.
Yeah, but like,
He's a
this whole new thing.
Currently changed hands.
Yeah.
So 4.
One is too many.
Thank you!
Who was in Jam? Was it another Death Lord or was it?
That was Iron 7 Despair, I think.
I wasn't Iron of Despair in Paragon.
Oh, I have a
Jam there was
question.
someone
Yeah,
else?
he's in the south.
Is
Okay.
I-7 Despair the Machine King?
Yes.
Okay, I'm like, who's the Machine King? He kept talking about
I-7
him. Who
Despair.
is that?
Yeah, Iron 7 Despair is the Magitech Death Lord. The First Forsaken Line is the General War Death Lord. Mask of Winters is the Sorcery Death Lord.
And the Dowager, the Swamp Death Lord.
She's more like animal savagery, but not a lunar. Maybe, but no. Savage animals that live on the outskirts of the world, kind of thing.
Wild mutants.
Predators.
Okay. Oh, also they have something made from the Predator.
Oh, well, that was a War Strider.
Yeah, there's a
Oh yeah, that was me.
Strider.
That one actually was me. This
Yeah.
time it was me.
They-
Predator
they-
of Rathus.
Well, at least he's dead.
Yeah, you killed him. You.
No.
He's dead.
Correction, I gave him to the Abyssals.
And they turned him
Knight
into
of
a
Okay,
Curse
Strider.
no, wait.
Knight of Curses
Wait.
asked really nicely.
Stop.
And she saved my life.
Okay.
I
owe
was
her a life
literally
debt.
there when we sent you to Rathus to kill the Predator,
Yes.
and you killed the Predator.
I beat him to near death.
And
He was
then-
laying on the ground, bleeding out to death, and Knight of Curses appeared from nowhere and asked for a favor. And there was that one time, let me finish, that I was falling into the mouth of the void, into oblivion, when I defeated the Devastator, and I would have been destroyed, and she saved me. I owed her.
Well,
FYI, none of us knew about this until right now, so that's a really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I
secret.
kept
That's a
a
really
secret.
good. You're really good. That was a really good secret you kept. I
Right?
didn't even
Right?
suspect.
We're
So
so
good.
proud of you.
well, if you wanted,
So,
its frame is still in creation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just turned into. They turned it into a War Strider.
they turned
What?
him, they turned his soul into a weapon. A
War Strider. A Soul
They
Steel
called it,
War Strider.
If only you'd ask, or something
Yeah.
like that.
What? No. Wait. What?
Is that what they turned
Yes.
into? Or is that something else?
No.
Only you asked.
Yeah.
Lookshy just captured that
Yeah.
a little while ago.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the Ebon Zonone's mate.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, we'd gotten reports that Princess Magnificent had intentionally left something in Lookshy.
Yeah.
Well,
Aren't you glad it came to one May?
we
Pretty
could,
big info, though.
we could deal with that right now.
Just
We could go to Luxai and see what their situation is.
we'll send a person. One of us will go. We'll just take it out of there and we'll remove it before it can cause any damage.
Well,
Sounds
it's
like a
probably
plan.
too late.
Uh,
Knowing Death Lords.
I think the Cloud and Darkness is somehow connected to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he can control it, he said.
Yeah,
He says
it being a War
specifically
Strider is not
control.
important. Lookshy is lousy with them. It's what could be inside the War Strider.
Oh yeah. It stole a whole bunch of things from the First and Forsaken Line.
well,
Yeah,
I think
from
we
his treasure
stole it
room.
back.
Yes, it stole a bunch of stuff from First Forsaken Lion, and then Clad in Darkness says that
Cumulative.
its treasure that was inside of it is now in Lookshy. So
Well,
they just
probably
Lookshy just has
still
it.
I
in
think-
it.
No, I think he looted it because that's where the crown
He
comes
looted
from.
at least part of it,
So he went in.
and then the rest is inside of it, inside Lookshai. Or loose in Lookshai. Who knows?
One of us will just go, and we'll just get it out of there before it becomes a problem.
Sounds like a good idea. Because we can't go there and demand they give it to us. I mean, that wouldn't happen.
You could trade it for something. Hey, how about you fix your Soulbreaker orbs?
I'm tired of promising people Soulbreaker orbs that I'm never going to build.
Well, we don't need to promise that anymore.
Who is
Yes?
Dr. Steele?
Prelude to Domination?
Prelude to Domination. That's such a good name. And he's an Abyssal. Infernal.
He's from Sand
Infernals.
Circle.
Like Admiral Sand. Okay.
Yeah, he was the western one.
Yes.
The one you were hunting in the west?
I couldn't
That was
say.
him.
So what about Prelude?
Soulbreaker orbs brought him to memory, and I just wanted to remember who he was.
Okay. So, we can
I think that's everything.
from last couple months.
Days.
Last couple days.
Well,
Yes.
Days.
yes, sure, days. So, we can either deal with the guild, we can try going to Lookshai, or any other suggestions?
Want to go home?
Dealing.
Well, TJ's there right now.
So that's the
I mean,
Who?
oh, my.
Royal War Strider.
My-
Oh,
Royal
right.
Western.
Yeah, okay. Yep, no, know about that.
Okay, good. He's awesome now. Right?
Why would you call it such an ugly name?
Hey!
Transient
TJ?
Justice.
No,
Transient Justice is his name.
There we go.
Use
I
that
just call him
name.
TJ
Use proper
because he's
name.
my bro.
It's so horrible.
You're horrible. Get out of my house.
I thought you were trying to side with them a minute ago.
Yeah, well now they're insulting my
No, now they told me
Precious
everything I need to
creation.
know, and I
What the
don't
hell
need
ever
them.
happened to those Fae folk that followed you from the wild?
They're
still
here
around.
all day.
There's
Those
one
are-
statue of
They're
me
still
and one
chanting.
maid that poses, and every so often he'll just switch poses and walk around and
And it's
stuff.
over there lost in one man.
Don't worry, they're still singing that song, and it doesn't repeat yet.
Just picturing this is the sun never ends.
My scorpion
No.
bro.
Lone Wanderer.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
the best.
So, Guild is in shambles because Nexus.
Yes.
This guy probably wants to.
Well, the
use
remnants of the guild is in
chaos.
Great Forks.
Yeah. Let's go
Probably
there.
wants to use the chaos to take it.
Chaos.
We can't go to Yushan. There's nothing else for us to do right now.
Yeah, unless you wanna go directly to the underworld, but we need the guild anyway to figure out
Yeah.
where Lothar is.
We should conquer as much of the guild as possible.
Yeah. Let's pick up
I
the
mean,
pieces.
I get this feeling that he might come through there. That's what the Siderials were saying, that there's a good chance that's where he's coming through, isn't it?
Or something with the guild in the underground. So
Yeah.
let's deal with the guild here and then.
Actually, wait a minute. Have you guys ever encountered a dragon-blooded War Strider pilot before?
Yes! How's he doing? What's his name? Devin. We don't know
I
his
don't have
name.
a
We
name.
never got his name.
You got his dog
When?
tags, but that was so long ago.
Where?
You want to fill them in?
Oh, when we first, before One May was even built,
The mountain.
there was a mountain whose kid was being a jerk. We stopped him. We
Wait,
stopped.
the mountain's kid?
Yes.
How did the mountain?
The god of mountain.
Okay. Okay,
Then
nice.
we went to go beat up the god of the mountain or volcano. I believe it was a volcano. So when we got there, though, there was a wild hunt there being up already. We fought the wild hunt. We tore through them, as I recall. I do believe it was a little bit tricky, but we did tear through them. And then there was a War Strider pilot.
Okay.
And we couldn't beat him because his War Strider was a little bit faster than we were and had really good armor. And we weren't as magnificent as we are now. So he got away after we followed him for about a day, I believe. So he got away, and he keeps coming back every once in a while. Keeps
Was that
trying
one
to.
of the guys who was really angry at me? I met a guy like that, and he was really pissed off at me, and I had no idea who he was, and I thought he was just being rude.
Yeah, probably.
But I like describe what he looked like.
She like makes a sketch of the guy they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that guy that attacked you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, you have that effect on people.
What? I everyone loves me.
Lothar.
He was the guy with Lothar who attacked you.
Also, looking up at the crystallized fucking Wong
Yeah,
Bangrog
yeah,
right
we
here.
got along to a degree. We had an understanding.
So,
He dies, and
that's
I
who he
live.
is.
It's a good understanding.
But why are you asking?
Because a ex-realm Warstrider pilot is working with this guild faction we're talking about.
Oh.
And has also been in meetings with the Devastator.
Oh.
He's working in the underground?
Not in the underworld, just in these connections we've been kind of following. And they seem to have known each other.
Yeah, that fire-blooded... Is there an angry mountain folk with him?
Yes, actually.
Darn it. Those are the 3 people who
Why
attacked
do
me.
mountain folk attack you?
I
It's
don't know.
the Terrestrial's lover.
Oh.
The mountain folk, I get along with the mountain folk. They like me.
Not this one.
Well,
I mean, you can't just assume you get on with everyone of a certain race.
they love
Other
me.
than
That's pretty racist.
the Dragon Kings. I do get along with every one of the Dragon Kings.
Yeah, I get along with all the mountain folk. They like me.
Yes, the Warstrider pilot, Lothar, this guild faction, this group of underworld spirits all seem to be working together.
Well,
Sounds
We
like a
should
team
ex-
getting together.
yeah.
Sounds like these people all don't like
Sounds
us.
like a
The 7
Yeah.
evil X's.
yeah. Yeah.
There was this,
The devastation.
one of our subordinates, a god-blooded gentleman from Yushan, has been tracking this creature for the past couple of years. It seems to be a collection of organs and dead exalts and a sort of vining moss that's been hiding inside people's bodies and adding more to its collection. It has like a liminal cult around it at this point. And it just talks about returning to the warmth of origin in its holy place. It's some sort of parasite cult.
So you thought
Out of character, I know exactly
Yeah.
what the fuck that is. In character, I don't think I would pick up on what it is.
Is it
I'm
that
smart,
one
but
guy?
Like they carve out, like she shows you like an etching of its like holy symbol that they're using to like worship some shrines, and it looks like a heart that's been cut in half that is kind of squished that has like fangs on it and like eyes in it. It looks really familiar.
Do I know what that is?
Yeah.
I know what that is. No, that's not a heart that's cut. That's not a heart that's cut in half. Those are lungs.
This is the song of
My lungs.
You seem way too pleased about this.
Well, I wondered what happened to them.
Okay, so this is all about the Seawolf, it seems.
Well,
Alright, so...
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it-
All of these things hate Seawolf.
so if we just take Seawolf, toss in the
Wow,
middle of
you
them.
piss people off so much, there's literally a cult of anti-you.
I know, isn't it great?
If the heavy means
I
that,
So
inspire
yes,
greatness, you
at one
inspire hatred?
The traveler called
Potato,
out.
potato.
Get out.
This is the Octavian incident.
Yes. It punctured his lungs. He.
I wanted a human lung. The 4 of them said, the 3 of them said no human lungs, so I had to get a demon lung. And then I decided a demon lung was not a good idea because, reasons. So I took it out and got a human lung. And
When you say demon lung, what do you mean?
I mean,
I
I
took a
What?
Aramanthoid,
Or...
right? I took an Aramanthoid and I
forced it to become a lung.
turned it into a lung for him. And told it to be his lung. And he decided to take it out and instead steal a small girl's lung.
They
It
were
was
more
horrifying.
efficient.
What happened to the lung?
Well, one of them is an
I thought
icon.
Void killed it when he took it out of me, but he probably just tossed it in a dumpster.
I had assumed it had been incinerated.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but
You call it
apparently
Void?
But then on the other
Boy.
hand, I was very, very upset at the time because he had stolen a small girl's lung. And
hey,
she's very close to me.
I
was
said,
very upset.
I said I would just take a random person, but you guys were like, no. So then it just took the top of the list. And it just happened to be someone you knew.
You're
at
a
least some
fucking
people to
monster.
die.
Cuts the void. Oh yeah, I took it out, I put it on a thing, and I was going to poke at it later, and then after I was done, I guess I just forgot, and when I went back to clean up the mess later that night, it was gone. I assumed someone else cleaned it up.
You
That's-
assume too
yeah.
much from us.
Yeah, that's...
So,
So
It looks like it mutated and turned into a monster, and now there's a cult following it, which is interesting. Really interesting, actually. It seems to want to get back inside you.
that's fair.
Doesn't everybody?
People keep wanting to get back inside him and hollow him out.
Yeah, this is really
Kinda.
fucked up.
Oh my.
This isn't the first time.
Right?
The traveler just appears. That's my job.
Oh, guys.
Coming under the wolf now? No? Okay.
Yeah, if anyone gets to eat
You don't
me
mean alive,
out,
yeah?
it's the traveler.
My God.
Christ.
Oh my.
Well, that cult has been in contact with this part of the guild. This is one of our subordinates kind of let us trace to. We're using this to trace the Devastator.
Why is it using 2 lungs? I only had 1 lung. Maybe he found a mate. Maybe my lung
Maybe
found
it's split
another
out.
lung.
Your might house this?
No, it was.
The other
it
one's in
would've been
Kana.
2. Because remember, Kana has a demon
No,
lung.
I had 1 real lung, and
Yeah.
then 1 demon lung, and then I took
And then
out
you-
both lungs,
Exactly.
put the real lung into Kana, gave Kana a new demon lung, and then took both of Kana's lungs.
Cuts to Kana. Oh, I coughed that up years ago.
You only have 1
The
lung
demon
now?
lung?
Yeah, just, I was growling a lot and I got really sick and I just kind of coughed it up. I hacked it up. Like a cat.
Well, there's the second lung.
That's
It
horrifying.
probably
I just
wants-
had Void give me a good lung that he made.
That would make
We
sense.
picked a random person that I matched with and he just put it in.
See? None of you are upset that Kana did it, but when I do it, oh, it's so bad.
Because you're a solo, you should be better than this.
Well, one, they volunteered because I'm like high priest of the deliberative cult.
You volunteered for me!
But yeah, I coughed that up years ago.
Nobody's seen it? Nobody?
I don't know.
I'm done with you people.
And she leaves.
I'm so done with this. Oh.
Alright.
So,
Alright. It looks like there is a cult massing in the underworld with a specific hatred for you, Seawolf.
Yeah, that's fair.
And there's something to do with the guild there, so...
so let's deal with the guild in here. Let's go to the Great Forks. And continue on from there.
Yeah.
And when we can enter Yushan, we will. And fix that up. Do you need anything, Garcia, do your allies?
Wanna know something funny?
What?
When you were talking to the mirror, and they were originally talking about, and you were describing the world and everything, and they started talking about this is Majestic Era 999, I was actually like, the word doesn't look that bad, just get rid of the thing in the sky, yeah. Yeah, Majestic Era 999. Awesome. It was actually like,
So,
this
yeah.
world looks awesome actually. Like, whatever, the ground's all fucked up, but who needs the ground? We have flying cities.
No one lives on the ground. That's where the lowly beasts of the earth dwell. Not the Wanmei deliberative or the solar deliberative citizens.
That sounds like Autocatonia talking. Those are not people, those are animals. They don't have souls.
It's like Gaia was turned into a nature preserve. Okay, the Sidereal is done debriefing you guys about the stuff they've been doing, trying to track down Lothar.
We're done debriefing them about all the stuff we've been doing.
Yeah. They are irritable and frustrated, and one of them's going to look shy to make sure that that Royal War Strider isn't much worse than you guys might have anticipated.
Okay.
Fun. That's going to go well. It's going to have a good result to it.
Okay, so I guess we're going to the Great Forks.
Alright, let me pause and offload the episode. So you guys are heading to Great Forks.
Well, the question is everybody coming? Because I'm not sure whether Majestic and Wonder will be really enjoying this place.
Yeah, I'm not coming.
Okay.
Sorry, you said slaves? Yeah, better not.
No, I didn't say anything about slaves. Like, oh, it's drug city. You like drugs? No. Then better not go. Yeah,
It's in the
Killer-
south.
East.
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 It's by Nexus. Or the hole where Nexus used to be.
The whole formerly known as Nexus.
Where next let's
The
go?
whole
Oh, it's
formula.
here. In there.
There. And there.
So the 3 of us can go. And yeah.
Yeah.
You want to come to Drug City, Killer Queen?
Sure.
You all pile in a different sky ship and head to Great Forks. So Great Forks is a city on the confluence of several rivers in the east.
The
Like
Rolling
Yangtze.
River and the Yellow River.
Yeah, the Yellow River and the Rolling River. And it's a city. It's founded by 3 gods that run this place in direct violation of heaven's laws.
The Spinner of Glorious Tales, the Weaver of Dreams of Victory, and the Shield of Different Day.
Yeah, and it has 3 different cultures that have blended together. This city's been around for like 500 years. It was built to last as a fortress city, and even parts of it aren't inhabited yet after all this time. There's I think a couple 100,000 people living here, but it's not even in the millions. And as you approach, for quite a while surrounding the city are fields and fields of, drugs like tobacco and quat and opium poppies. Just all sorts of shit. And it's tilled mindlessly by, slaves.
Don't they have demons doing it? That's so inefficient.
No, they have slaves doing it.
It's so inefficient.
It's run by gods. Why would they have demons?
It's more efficient. Anyways.
Yeah, the city's circular. It has a central district, and then it's broken into 4 quadrants around the central district. And yeah, it's pretty laid back. There are parties and parades going on. There are large amounts of festivals and relaxation and wine testing and orgies and carnivals. It's just a city that's kind of relaxy.
Splendid.
Land your skyship outside of town.
How are we landing inside of town?
Because there's no place to land it inside of town that wouldn't be a problem. You land your skyship outside of town.
Okay.
One of those flat people from Shockwave is the...
Makes sense.
Sure.
Okay.
Alright, you're here.
Let's head on in.
Yeah, it's a more relaxed city. There are streamers and banners and tables and performers, entertainment. You see gods and spirits and a lot of god-blooded and a lot of ghost-blooded, a few terrestrials. It's just a city.
It's a front to the unconquered sun and so on, but whatever.
It's not an affront to the unconquered sun. It even has an entire temple district where they actually have temples to the unconquered sun. A vanishing rarity in creation.
Yep.
What are you talking about?
Creation ruling mandate.
What? That doesn't even mean anything. You're sounding like the Wanderer now. You're just
Yeah.
saying words.
Who taught you that? Did the Wanderer teach you that?
I taught myself that.
So, what do you want?
Well, I guess we should meet
We
with
want to, conquer what's left of the guild.
Well, we can always meet with the gods first, chit-chat about what's going on, what's their problems, and tell them that, our plan. Oh, we want to, have guild build in there.
Care about their problems, though?
It's nice to know what's going on. Talk with the locals.
Sure. I figured we'd just find the guy in charge of the guild, shake him until he cries, and then make him our bitch.
It's easier when you have the city gods on your side.
I guess.
No, it wouldn't be. The Guild is a world-spanning organization.
Yeah.
Shaking down Great Forks?
This one city, these city gods have never left this city.
One of them does. One of them can leave, but the other 2 have to stay inside Great Forks.
Oh, well, see,
They're celestial gods, though. They're from Yushan. They just hang out here ruling the place in direct violation of Yushan's laws, because fuck you.
Okay, well, we'll go say hi to them on our way to shaking the sky.
You want to head to the guild first, though?
Sure, let's go to the guild.
Perfect. So, yes, in the merchants' area, sort of, where all tradesmen set up, it looks like there have been new additions thrown together in the last little while. Various buildings and longhouses have been converted into guild facilities. Their banners are everywhere. There are guild merchants moving around, trade, slaves, caravans. A lot of weird symbols on a lot of banners all over the place, like different
The
guild
long symbols or no?
No, like guild factor symbols.
Hmm.
Looks like there's a confluence of factors and merchant princes here. Yetams march on by. A Yetum? They're like the creation version of an elephant cow.
Okay.
They're a Yetum. They're a big, woolly, quadruped, docile, pack animal elephant thing. They're used as the unit of strength measurement in the books. Lift a Yetum, throw a Yetum, carry a Yetum while moving at full speed. They kind of look like Banthas from Star Wars, I always imagine.
Okay. Sounds about right.
Yep. There's like some terrestrials here and there. You can see some god-blooded, a lot of mortal merchants and princes that are just talking amongst themselves, setting up. You know, there's probably 200 soldiers here, guild like hoplites, and they're all wearing that majestic armor that the majestic sells to the guild.
Makes sense.
Okay, so let's get an audience with the leaders here, so the factors, I suppose.
There's a bunch of your cultists here.
Of course.
As soon as they see you, they're like, the royals here! They'll start chanting, they get on their feet, start throwing money at you as you're walking by, like in front of you for you to walk on.
Yeah. Perfect.
You have an interesting cult, right?
Money sells everything.
Right? That's fair.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, a bunch of people run into the buildings at you with soldiers.
Okay.
It looks like it looks like the higher factors for the area, like the merchant kind of primarchs. Like, you! And they'll start screaming you and pointing at you, and the soldiers circle around, and like 30, 40, 50, 100 or so people start turning around.
It is I.
It's you! This is you! This is... They start like forcing you into the building.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to go. Perfect.
All right, they set up. There's a table set up with like counting money and like little like grains of rice to count for like 1 grain of rice equals a slave, and they're like sorting stuff out and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, we need you to fix this.
Okay. What's broken?
They kind of just point at all of their holdings and maps and calculations and the banners and the dead total and the map showing where all the different strongholds have gone down. And they point to like the horizon where Nexus is. It's like, you need to fix all of this.
Okay.
One of them like pulls a medal off of his chest and slams it onto your clothing, stabbing you with the pin. The medal is like a guild Primarch pin. You're in charge now.
Yes. Okay. I begin solving it.
Wow, that was good. That was easy.
You're gonna solve this.
I accept. Okay. I start doing my thing.
Everyone starts celebrating angrily,
Okay.
furiously.
Well, Killer Queen looks like he doesn't need us here. Want to go party somewhere?
Sure.
We go party.
Literally just in the streets where you are, just start partying. Have fun, Royal!
They're just rage dancing.
So I start organizing everything.
They start bringing out more maps and ledgers and books and like the scrolls that have been like drenched and have the ink damaged onto them, and like burned ledgers, and like slaves that have been hurt but kept notes of stuff and like were memorizing slaves.
Perfect.
And like Fey folk contracts, just piles and piles of paperwork and ledgers and books to balance and stuff.
Splendid. It'll take me an afternoon.
There's like a Yedem that stomps by with like basically their little library on its saddlebags.
Yeah. Afternoon.
The guild surrenders.
I accept.
Except for that one faction that's a bunch of dickheads, but they're not worried about them.
Well, probably have some records on them so we can go after them afterwards.
Yeah. But the guild, with the holdings they've salvaged from the north and the west, because they've had problems in the north and the west with the realm, because the realm went nuclear on everyone, so they've had to basically move merchant ships into the east and into the rivers and stuff. You owned the south, and all of their eastern holdings, a lot of their treasury was in Nexus, which mysteriously exploded.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So, yeah, the mortals who are all like, oh, we don't want Exalts in charge. We're mortal run. We want the destiny of man to... Like, fuck this. If we have to have a slave master, we want it to be this guy. This is the money man.
Yep. Don't worry.
Balance our books.
Don't worry. You'll be run by a mortal because my highest priest is a mortal. Perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah, excellent. As inhumanly magical as possible at this point. That whole no mortal thing was bullshit. It got us all killed. We lost all our profits.
Okay. So we do that for a while.
Yeah, we're just partying. We're partying until you come.
Yeah, Great Forks is great. One of the Great Forks gods is out. The other two are actually like in the capital hall city, like, talking, discussing with people and doing stuff. They're meeting with another guild rep He's all like, oh yeah, no, and then like a runner walks up and he's like, oh thank God, and like he pulls off his sash and throws it on the ground and takes another one out of the satchel with like the Wan Mei Royal symbol on it. It's like we're good, it's fixed, it's fine now, everything's fine now. Don't eat like to Tailspinner and Shield of a Different Day. He's like, don't even worry about it. Fixed it.
That's awesome.
In fact, can we tell you what a bigger loan?
Okay. So I guess that's it, unless the gods want anything from us.
They might. I'd have to think about it though, because it's at the end of the day.
Okay.
But yeah, the guild was never going to fight you.
Splendid.
There were 5 directions worth of guild activity, and the one in the south is the only one that's still running smoothly.
Yep, as smoothly as they can in between all the fire elementals and everything exploding, but sure.
Still running smoothly, still making a profit.
Running smoother than everything
They're like,
else.
we need profits. They start bringing up the religious text that your cult has been raining around the world about the great river of exchange. They start talking about an afterlife and money trails and auditing the soul's value.
Creation confirming...
The order conferring trade patterns. Like, oh yeah, sure. Yeah, oh no, we worked that in there.
Splendid.
You know, there's a river of equity at the end of your life where you judge their value based on their gross domestic product. Like, they're just like, no, we're in. We're all in. All in.
Splendid.
They're double dealing down on this.
They are doubling down as hard as they can on this. They're like,
Help us.
here are all the rituals we have for contacting the slave god. So he's great with slaves and stuff. You know, just all of it.
Okay. So I think that wraps it up.
Nice.
Yeah, the guild folds like the feeble mortal organization it is. Especially after the amount of damage you guys have personally done to it.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, guilds know how to deal with solars. If a celestial exile gets in their shit and they can't kill them personally, they'll attack their family or things they care about. And you guys are like, oh, that's great, guild. We just nuked Nexus and all of your leaders and all of your holdings and all of your wealth. And we run all of the south. And we outlawed slavery. And we destroyed all your assets. And if that slavery god ever gets up in our grill, we would kill him and turn him into an ashtray. And if we use, slave worship prayer mills to, like, influence gods that hate you, we went to Wong Bangrok, the guy that hated us the most in heaven, and not only did we nail his skin to our walls, but we vivisected him while he was alive and stitched his organs into someone else that we liked more. Shut the fuck up, guild.
Get the fuck out.
We're awesome.
Shut up,
You
crime.
want to mess up with our family? We've got a killer queen. You want to mess with her?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
don't.
awesome.
She'll snatch your bones up.
Yeah.
Just like in the movie Super, shut up, crime.
The Killer King literally snorts.
I need to watch that again.
Die, racism. So, yeah, that's the guild. That's all that's left. There's a small faction left that's going to be your nemesis that's going to show up soon one day.
Oh no, I'll just throw money at them.
I
No,
mean,
they're the ones that...
that's also their solution to this, too. And other than that, though, this is good. You guys got a lot accomplished.
Yeah.
And we've gotten all the setup for next session. Now that the Yushan's dealt with, the Autochthonia's dealt with, you guys did the Mirror, all that is left to deal with. Oh, and even Killer Queen dealt with Malpheus with the whole nonsense and the shores and the caves. So all you guys have left to do is start dealing with the physical world
Or the underworld.
and the Scarlet Empress.
Yep.
Whose empire is, again, every day gets stronger and expands a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, so I guess that's it. This is Devin, and
Peter?
Ian?
Kevin?
Anthony.
And Nicole.
from Sponsored by Nobody, signing off.